We're good. Hey man, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
First of all, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Hakadosh. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and shalom out there to the hopeful that Christian truth and sincerity, man. You know, a lot's been going on, man. This devil is not missing the beat right now. You know, he getting everything in position, right, to really bring this world to its knees, right, to destroy the system that he currently created, now that he has currently running, to replace it with a new one, right? And everything is happening now, you know, to destroy that system, okay, which is the will of the Heavenly Father, man, to bring around this great catastrophe that's going to happen upon the earth, right? The devil ain't stopping, man. He moving quickly. He moving quickly, man. Right? There's so much stuff that's going on in the world, man, and most people don't see how these things are connected, you know. But it's too, you know, they feel like use this word, you know, coincidence and stuff like that. We don't believe in coincidence in the scriptures. You know, there's no such thing, right? It's all by design, right? Whether you can see it or not, it's all by design. Okay, these things are happening because of prophecy, right? Now you might not want to believe in, you know, elites and, you know, Illuminati and stuff, you know, those types of things there, but everything's happening according to scriptures, man. Right? That is what is happening. You know, whoever's doing it, whether it's an angel that did it or whether the elites have set up a man to go do something, it's being done because it's the will of the Heavenly Father, man. You know, what I'm thinking about right now is about, you know, all the farm fires and all that kind of stuff, you know, destroying all the cows that were, you know, that died over the heat wave in Texas or wherever it was, right? All these things are not happening just, it's not random. You know, it is happening because of prophecy, right? And the elites are doing what they need to do on their side of prophecy, okay, to get things fulfilled. They don't understand that. You know, they're just doing what they think they're doing. You know, thinking they're doing these things for their own goals and purposes.
This is the book of Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, and the levers of water he turneth it whatsoever he will.
Right, so Esau, anybody, right? But getting on Esau's not moving under his own authority. He thinks he is. But the Most High is the one who's putting the spirit in his mind to go and do these things to accomplish the goals that Esau feels is beneficial to him, right? He believes he's going to create a new world, right? A new regime, do the regime change thing, right? He believes he's going to be the master of that world, like in complete authority, God-like status. That's what he believes in his own mind. But the Most High is making him move in that direction to really set up his own destruction. That's what he's doing, right? And to bring pain and destruction upon the earth, judgment, right? That's what it's all being set up to do, right? So these things are not coincidences, man. You know, I know there's a lot of what people call the tinfoil hat guys out there, you know, all these conspiracies and that, but there's a bigger picture to all of this, man, and a bigger an understanding, a reasoning behind it, right? Yeah, the elites are doing what they're doing, but almost the Most High is making them do it, right? To fulfill his own will, to show his own power at the end of it all. You know, because everything that's going to happen is going to happen because of these words, not because of the elites. Yeah, the elites want to bring society down to its knees so they can get greater control over it, get you implanted and all that business. But ultimately, Most High wants to show his power, right? He's going to reveal his son, right? And give him great glory on this planet. All right, so everything's going to be happening according to this word, which is what we're pushing out there, man. We're not worried about what's going on, the situation. Now, some other people are not worried for different reasons, for the wrong reasons. They don't believe it's happening. It is happening, and you will get caught up in it, man. Okay, because a lot of you people are asleep out here. All right, you got something else to add?
Yeah. This book of Amos 3:6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord has not done it? So everything that you see right now happening is by the decree of the Lord, man. He is the one who controls everything. He controls the left and the right. You know, he make these people move. He make these people, make decision, which ultimately is fulfilling the will of the Heavenly Father, man. You know, so we're gonna come to the time this man is creating famine actually, but it's all by the will of the Heavenly Father, man. And all this is gonna be for punish the world, man, for the sin that they've done. First and foremost, by touching his people, man.
That's right. Yeah. Like I said, things are moving very quickly right now, man. You know, we just had a bunch of meetings at these, you know, top dudes, these elites or whatever, business or whatever, right? They've been meeting up and it's like everyone just discussions, man, right? You had someone, I can't remember what the dude's name is or where he's from actually, but they were talking about speeding up the CDBDCs, going pushing the dollar into a digital state essentially, right? Because everything's pumping, you know, everything's failing in this world, man. All the currencies are failing, all the stocks are failing, crypto is failing right now, right? And they want to get a handle on it, right? So, you know, they're going to introduce these CDBDCs, which is the future of what you're going to be, well, what the world is going to be using to make transactions, right? The medium being the MOTB, right? But that's how you're going to, you know, do your transactions, buying and selling. If, you know, if you've got the MOTB, that's what it's going to be through blockchain and whatever, you know. So, you know, they're really looking to destroy this place, man, and set up a new system where you can't, there's no breathing space, no room for you to move in. Esau gonna track and trace you and you know, keep tabs on you all of the time, man, and control what you're doing, much like the Most High control what we're doing, what everyone else is doing. But he wants that kind of power, Obi, because Esau doesn't quite have that right now, right? So yeah, what was it? That's right, he does. Yeah, 19 and 10 Bible for sure.
This is the book of Revelation, 19 and 10. And I fell down, and I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, See thou, do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh. Worship Most High, for the testimony of Yahweh is the spirit of prophets.
All right, so you know we're going into this a lot recently because it's pertinent. This is the time we're in, man. You know, I can't seem to speak about anything else really. I mean, there's a few things that come up that, you know, I'll speak upon on that, but we're in like a deep stage of prophecy right now, man. You know, and it's coming out a lot, and there's a lot to talk about. You know, and it doesn't matter if it sounds like we're repeating ourselves over and over again. Like I said, it's pertinent, man, because this is the time that we're currently in. You know, this is the most important thing to understand right now. You know, all the other stuff that we grew up on, learning the basics, and that's something that we, you know, have done. You know what I'm saying? Something you should have done prior to now. So what we're really focusing on that is the prophecies. You know, we're not here to, I mean, not that it's ever a bad time to go over, you know, what the law looks like and things like that, but that's more than thing, man. There's a lot of things going on there that we need to report with the Spirit. You know, we're not here to debate about what the color of the law looks like or you know what he was here to do, because all those things should already be established right now. You know, we shouldn't, that shouldn't even be a question, even though it is, because you know, you've got knuckleheads out there, but we're in a time of prophecy right now, man, and it's important that we get these prophecies out for you to understand, man, because your life is going to depend on it real soon, and you're going to be making choices that are going to determine what happens to you, man. You know, or should I say perceived choice, because most I really want to chooses, you know, what you end up doing, right? But we're doing our job as watchmen to warn the people of what is about to happen. You know, it's coming quick. You might come to the end of the year, things completely different. Things have already been changing, but the end of the year could be something completely different to what, you know, how things are right now. You know, we just don't know. We have to wait and see. But things are happening very quickly now, man. All right.
Every time they change the policy, and they make new policy and new laws, man. Yeah. All this is to trap you people to lead you to that moment. That digital lifestyle, which is what? Which is gonna be by the way of our democracy, where the brother say he used to want to take, I mean, upper hand, like to be in control, to be like most guy, you know, to control every step you make, even when you are the pressure of all. The whole chamber in your bedroom, you want to control that as well, man. Yeah, that's the manifestation, and that's evil.
Man, why you look at children. That's why making you sterile and shit. That's why the movies like Children of Men exist. You know, other films obviously also, but like, you ain't gonna be able to control. You have no control of your body. All these protests about having control of your own body, autonomy and that. But guess what? When the venom and the pandemic came, right? There were no choices. He was trying to force you to do that. Or you're gonna get kicked out, or you can't be here, you can't be there, you can't go here, you can't go there. He's already tested on that already. So don't expect to have control of your own self. He's the one control over you.
And also, it's cunning, man. Like, allowing people to do abortion, that's I mean, right there, you already take your rights of your control of your body, man.
Yeah.
So at the end, he's gonna say, there's a time you abort the child, so we're gonna do it to you as well, man. We're gonna abort it from you.
Yeah, God. Yeah. He's the slick devil, man. And people don't understand or see the snare that he's setting up, man. They don't see it. Okay, and that's why we're here to warn the people. But we know most people are not going to hear this, and that's not none of our business, to be honest. Right? We're only here for the elect. Right? We've been sent here to teach and to preach, but to teach the elect, to preach the elect, so that they may be saved. That's all there is to it. Anything else there? Psalm 64 and 2. Sure.
This is the book of Psalm 64 and 2. I say, it leads, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked.
Right. So there are secret counsels, man. There are things behind the scenes that you don't know about, that we can't get to hear because they're hiding it from the people, right? So secret societies do exist. We should all know this, right? And there is an elite that have these meetings and these discussions, right? Without the public ear hearing it, right? When they come out of these talks or whatever, when they come out to the cameras, they'll tell you what they'll tell you they'll give you some bullshit, right? They'll just say, yeah, we discussed this and discussed that, or how we're gonna help do this and help do that. But that is not all the conversation. That's just something they tell you when they discuss what they're gonna tell you, right? That's like when Moses went up into the mount for 49 days and nights, right? That all he was given was the 10 commandments. No, he was given a lot more than that. He told you, man, Moses was made to understand the times, right? He was given a lot more than just 10 commandments. He didn't spend all that time just for 10 commandments. Same thing when there's elites behind the closed doors. They don't spend weeks, the week or whatever, just talking about those few words that they give you on the TV. There's a lot more going on, man. You're not privy to, right? That's a conspiracy by definition. It's a discussion held without your knowledge. Things that are being spoken about without your knowledge, man. So they got their own agendas, right? And they all have to. The reason why they meet, because they all have to be on the same page to move towards that singular goal. Otherwise, there will be no need for the meeting. You could just email somebody, yeah, do that. But no, the reason why they get together is so everybody's on the same page and knows exactly what they're doing next. And it's funny because they all seem to be working in that same direction.
I believe they summon them demons as well. They do rituals as well. So that's why they they come with one mind, man. Because what them demons, the angel of the left hand side, give them so they believe, man.
That's right.
So they come out and say it. They do it, man.
So they say it's not just a week of a couple of talks. The little shit they give you, they're doing all kinds of shit, rituals and all kinds of madness going on, right? But they discuss their agenda, their goal, not your goal, not the people's goals and agendas, no, their goals and agendas, right? And that's why this whole MOTB and the destruction of the food supply and destroying the finances of the people, everything that's going on right now, that's all part of it. It's all planned. Right? It's not coincidence, man. Why is all this happening at one time? That's not coincidence, man. That's prophecy. Because prophecy states it's supposed to happen all at one time. This world is in a messed up situation, man, and people don't understand how bad it really is and how bad it's really gonna get. People think there's gonna be some type of recovery, some sort of solution. Nah, this place is gonna fall into darkness, man. You know, the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. That's where we're heading to. The day of the Lord. Things are only gonna get bad from here on out. Right?
But yeah, uh, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
Hide me means like to protect me. Because yeah, you only need protection in this mad time we're coming into, man. And the only one that got offer protection is the Most High. Right? For Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. It's the only way we're going to be protected from the wicked and their wicked goals and agendas. You might think you're safe with Esau because you feel like he in control some way. He got solutions. You know, all the KO, he got the solutions, right? You might feel like you're safe underneath him, but he's the problem. He's the enemy. He's the one trying to do these things to you. You know?
Who work their tongue like sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect.
Right? The perfect is speaking about our people, right? The Israelites, you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, and our descendants that are scattered, right? Because we're really the most crucial part to his plan, like to put us in subjection forever. Because we're the only threat to him in terms of like the blessings and stuff like that. You know, we're directly, head to head here, right? Because he's trying to prevent us from receiving the promise. He's trying to take it from us. Okay, but he gonna find that he ain't got the power to do that. You know, when we got it off you, we really received it off the Heavenly Father. It was given to us. We didn't take it from you. It was given to us because you gave it away. Because the Most High made you give it away. Now you want it back, but you can't have it back. So you're gonna try and do it by force. You know, which is it ain't gonna work out for you, man. All right. So yeah, Esau really wants to put us down as people. You know, he don't really care about the other nations as much. We are the main subject of his wrath. You know.
This is the book of Hebrews 12:16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
Yeah, you say you sold your birthright. I know you got some Christians that are saying, "Oh yeah, Jacob took his birthright." No, he was offered it. He asked, he inquired for it, and Esau was like, "Yeah, why not? Hell, the hell with it," and gave it away because he is known as someone that is faithless. He's a faithless man. He's profane, right? So he don't regard these things. He doesn't treasure these things. Esau only believes in this, what he can accomplish with his own hands. As far as he's concerned, he was about to die, which obviously the man was exaggerating. Man couldn't wait 20 minutes. Whatever, however long it was going to be, or whatever. He couldn't wait.
He prophesied. He actually, he has a sense that he prophesied, he's gonna die. He's not gonna be on the earth forever.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's just funny. The Lord's got a sense of humor, man. But yeah, it's not meant to be for Esau. He's not meant to be the ruler of the earth. He wasn't the one that was chosen, and that hasn't changed. Esau can't take control now and become the chosen. Most High has not ordained it. So it's kind of a waste of time what he's doing. But like I said, he's not in control of what he's doing. Most High making him do all this, man, just to set up his destruction, man. That's what it is.
For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited them, the blessings, he was rejected.
Right? Because he was the firstborn. So the Most High even had him be the firstborn, right? But set him up to fail, right? Because the firstborn would usually get the blessing, the greater lot, right? But the Most High was like, I want this man Esau to feel that pain of losing out, missing out, FOMO, right? Because really Esau is Cain in the reincarnation, and this was a punishment towards Cain, which became Esau in the spirit, right?
Yeah.
And the Most High wants him to suffer. That's what it is. That's why he hates him. He wants him to suffer, even though the Lord's given him dominion over the earth for the time being, right? Which is a kind of a mercy in a way, because he didn't have to do that for him, But ultimately, his end was going to be a bad end. It was going to end terribly for him, man. You know, to the point where him as a people, as a nation, is not even going to exist. Right? He's going to be absolutely erased from the earth. You know, and this is what Esau is meant to sort of fulfill. Right? So his life, his end is not meant to be a good one. All right.
For he found no place of repentance.
So he couldn't repent. Esau cannot physically repent. That's why he just full on setting going on wickedness, because he can't do nothing else. What else can he do? He might as well enjoy what he can while he's here, do what he want to do, and that's what he's doing. And this is what we say, man. There ain't no Edomites that can be saved, because Edomites can't repent. He's been blocked. His connection's been blocked permanently. You know, he ain't nothing but a heathen, and the worst of them at that. He got no connection. Whereas we, even though the Lord turned his back upon us, right, gave us Yahweh Shai to be an intermediary between us and the Heavenly Father. So we do have a connection. Then that connection is kind of restored, but we're going to be fully restored when Yahweh Shai returns. But Esau can't repent. He can't do nothing but be the devil. You know? So that's what he's going to be until he's destroyed. Yep.
Though he sought it careful with tears.
Yeah, man. So hey, these Edomites can cry all they want, man. You know, they've already, been doing it. You know, want us to forget, want us to forgive and forget. But it's not about us. It's not about us forgiving and forgetting. You're not going to make the Most High forgive and forget. You know, the Most High wants to bring judgment against you. We're just simply telling you that. You know, and we agree. You know, so there's no matter crying that you're going to do, even when, the Lord comes. There ain't no groveling that you're going to do to us that's going to save your ass, man. You're going into a pit, and you're going to work hard for as long as you can survive. For a period of 1,000 years, generation after generation. That is all you're going to know. Okay, until until Obadiah comes into play, right? Until you're burnt and destroyed from the face of the earth, right? Vocab can try and run from that as much as he wants, but that's what's due to happen. All right.
This is the book of Isaiah 34:5. My sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
Yep, that's those missiles, man. Them nukes, right? That land of America, man, it's gonna get pelted with nukes, right? That's the sword getting bathed in heaven. It's flying through the sky, and they're gonna drop and fall down upon the land of Idumea, which is America in the scripture here. Yep.
And upon the people of my curse, judgment.
The people of the curse is Esau. Okay, because like I said, spiritually, it goes back to Cain. Okay, he bears that curse, and also Esau has the curse of leprosy, right? As a people, you get leprosy that might pop up in different nations here and there and whatever. But as a people, as a nation, Esau bears the curse of leprosy. Now he'd be trying to hide that, by trying to, get rid of these different nation women and stuff like that to get melanin and assist them to kind of hide themselves from people. But ultimately, as a race, he's a leper. You like to call yourself so-called white? Well, guess what? Leprosy is a lack of the melanin, man. You're not really white. You just lack pigment. In various levels. But majority, man, you can't stand to be in the sun. That's a curse in itself. We were talking about the heat wave. We had a heat wave here, this week. Yesterday was the hottest day so far, this year, and it was hot. Well, I guarantee you devils that are out here walking around, you got your sunblock on. Guarantee you ain't walking out here without your sunblock on. Man, got a high from the skin cancers and all kinds of stuff. So you're concerned about something that's natural. That the Most High put for the earth to be. Obviously, you're not a madman. Even people remain not gonna stay out in the sun all day long. You might get heat stroke or something. You know what I mean? You might keep in the shade or whatever. But devil's skin it's like an allergic reaction, man. You're burning, burning in the flesh. Which is kind of mad because you're gonna actually burn. You're gonna be burned. All right.
The sword of the Lord is filled with the blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidney of lambs. For the Lord as a sacrifice in Bozrah, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
Right, so America is going to be used as a sacrifice, man. The Most High is going to sacrifice that place and destroy it and destroy everybody in it. You know, to appease the wrath of the Heavenly Father. Man. But it don't stop there. That's just a major judgment that's going to come upon the earth that everyone's going to recognize and fear. You know, the only people coming out of the land of America are the elect of Israel. You know, they're going to be delivered from that great destruction. Okay, but the land of America is going to become what the scriptures describe as a lake of fire. Right? Because that's all you're going to see. You're going to see flames and smoke and all that. You know, if you look from above, it'll just be on fire. You know, and a lake, the word lake represents a body. There's a body or something. You know, a lake in the normal terms of water is a body of water. You know, this is going to be a body of fire on the earth, man. Right? And America's a large place, so it's not something small. It's a large body of fire. You know what I'm saying?
It's a continent. It's like a continent, isn't it?
Well,
It's like Africa. I mean,
yeah, it's like the middle part of North America, isn't it? You got Mexico, Canada above it, Alaska, whatever. But the central part, well, they don't really call it central, isn't it? But the central part of North America is going to be on set ablaze, man. You know, but they do in the Central America is like, you know, Cuba and stuff, and all that stuff there.
it's a big long.
Yeah, exactly. Well, imagine this, like, I don't know. I live in the UK, so I feel like from here, from where I am, to get to like the north of the UK is like over 10 hours or something, like the drive, right? I feel that's big. I feel that's long, isn't it?
Yeah.
But UK is tiny. Tiny compared to America, man. The UK probably not even one state in America. In some places, you know what I mean? The UK is small. You know?
I believe Texas is like, it's bigger, like France, I believe.
Yeah. You know? So
Same
it's a
size,
big
like
place, man. It's a big destruction. And that's why it's going to eclipse what the Lord did to Sodom and Gomorrah. Because Sodom and Gomorrah, you know, is multiple cities, right? But the land it occupied was kind of relatively small compared to America. And the number of people was small compared to America. So the judgment is far greater. Right? And it said, Lord, how do you make these nukes for that very, very same destruction, man? All right?
Let's see. Let me go to Psalms again.
Yeah, but sure.
This is the book of Psalms 64 and the 3. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter.
Right. I said they're all on one page, man. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They're dead set in moving forward with this plan. You know, they're being bold about it right now. You know, they're taking you people for idiots. You know, the public for idiots, man. Setting all these traps up, I mean, you don't even know what the hell is going on. You're confused, like, you know, what's going on? You know? Yep.
They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them?
Right. So who shall see these traps that we're setting up? Who can see the road that we're leading them down? Now there are a few people that see it, but it's not enough people. You know, you have small little resistances against the governments and all that kind of business and the corporations and whatever, but it's a small number. They're not that concerned with them. It's the majority of people that they're really trying to get under control. You know, and we'd be under that list as well with you know, part of the resistance, because we're teaching against it. You know, but we're few in number compared to the near 8 billion people that are on the planet. You know, so they're not that concerned with that. Although they want to stop this truth coming out, they're not concerned about these patriots and that. They're not really concerned with them, because their time's going to come anyway when Esau decides to send the troops. But they really want to stop this word going out, because it's more than just corporations trying to control the earth, and it's more than just that. Okay, this, like I say, this is all about prophecy, man. This is all about the return of our Lord. Okay, and getting right for the return of our Lord, man. Okay, we ain't just here sitting fighting Esau. We're here trying to get right for ourselves to be saved. Because only Yahushua can bring that deliverance, right? And the kingdom's going to be set up afterwards, because we ain't trying to save America or the UK. We ain't trying to save these places, man. We want this place to go down. These patriots want America to change and become better. not in the hands of these oligarchs and all that, whatever. But no, this place got to go. It's got to go, man. We ain't standing up fighting for this place. You know, that's not our job. You know what I mean? We're gonna change things when we got the power to change it. When Yahweh Shai returns, you know.
So Jeremiah 28 and 8, the prophet that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdom of war and of evil and pestilence.
Right, so that's the job of the prophets. So don't find it a strange thing that hey, we're speaking against this place. This place is wicked, right? That's what the prophets did. They came to bring or to show forth your wickedness. And if you don't repent, the Lord's going to come and destroy it. But we know there's no turning back. America's not going to turn back. They ain't going to repent. Just like, you know, they ain't going to do that. So it's a formality that we're doing this. It's a formality, man. We're just sent to do this because that's what prophets do. But America cannot be saved. All right, so there's no point wasting time trying to right America. America was never right. It was established on blood, right? You know, right? So it can't. Hey, the only way it can be cleansed is by the blood, you know, by those that shed it. You know, because God was there. You know, the natives that were there, which were all Israelites. Okay, you shed their blood to take that land from them. You know, so it's cursed. You're cursed. Okay, you know, we're just gonna set that place to neutral. You know, you're gonna wipe everything off that. You know.
They search out, they search out, this is Psalm 64 and 6. They search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thoughts of every one of them, and the heart is deep.
Right, so like we were saying, man, they've been planning this a long time, man. And like I said, they have to meet up and, you know, make sure everyone's at where they're supposed to be at, you know, where they're going next and whatever. But it's a plan long in the making. Like, this is why this world has been on this trajectory for a long time. Like, you don't understand how far this goes back. We've been watching it. We've been watching it come to this point, knowing it was going to get to this point at some point. You know, most people are just walking with their heads in the sky. You know what I mean? They don't know what's going on. All they know is they're 9 to 5 or whatever they're working. You know, house, kids, whatever they're doing, and that cycle, that rat race, they're just in that fucking cycle, man. And they ain't got a clue what's going on. You know, going parties and reveling. That's all they know what to do. They don't understand what's actually going on the planet and what it means for them. You know, X amount of time down the line, they don't know. They don't understand. They don't understand the prophecies in the scriptures, so they're not thinking about it. But like I said, beginning of our elders and apostles, and even their elders, right, have known about this time. The prophets in the scriptures knew about this time, right? Before it even came. Right, so we've been waiting, patiently waiting to get to this point. Esau picking up, like I say, he's picking up the pace. Right, he's picking up the pace now, man, because hey, he knows time's short. We can feel it, you know, and it's a sign.
Yeah, and as you said, man, they haven't started. I mean, doing this. This agenda or put this agenda forward just a few years ago. Let's go back hundreds of years, man. Yeah. They've been planning this. I mean, gradual, man.
Building their technology up, because their thing is based on a technocracy in a way. They need the technology to be able to run what they want to do. Yeah. So it's taking time for them to get to this point and this level, and to convince the public, because that's another issue they've got. They need the technology, and they need to convince the public to be on board with the technology and the you know, the orders that they're setting. It's taking time. You know, they couldn't just do it. The plan was there, but they couldn't just do it. They had to work on it. Esau been working hard, man. Yeah. Esau been working very, very, very hard, man. You know, kudos to Esau and his effort. Yeah. You know, but in the end, it's all gonna be for nothing. You know, there was what was it, man? You might have seen the video. There's a girl that was blind and they got her to see again. Yeah. You know, and that's the miracle in this world, man. Oh yeah, she was blind and now she can see for the first time. She see her mom and color and all this business. And you know, people are already amazed. Oh, wow, science is great. Science just means knowledge, right? There's science to everything, right? including knowing the scriptures. That's knowledge, right?
Mm.
Now, Esau worked real hard to get technology to be able to do something like that on the left-hand side, right? Because it's just alchemy and witchcraft essentially what they're doing, right? But Esau's worked hard at it to be able to come to a point where he can actually give sight to people that had no sight. But in the scriptures, when the Lord and the apostles were doing it, sometimes it was just a word.
Yes, sir.
Man got told to get up.
Yeah.
Man couldn't walk. He had, he's lame.
Yeah.
Told to get up. Man got up and jumped. No rehabilitation. Man was trying to find out how to use his legs and that. He was given strength.
Yeah.
Just by a word. Or a touch of the garment. Or it's something crazy. Like there was no bare effort in that.
Mm.
It's just power. Power of the word, power of the spirit. And that's what we're gonna obtain.
Mixed with faith as well.
That's right. Yeah. So you could tell that the way that is a lot better than the way Esau been doing things. Mm. Just by having faith. Because Esau's not one with faith, so he can't do what they did. Yeah. He gotta go through his technology, right? But obviously that's what I want to use inferior way to do things. The girl was sitting there all crying and shit, cause she's in pain because they have these patches over her eyes. She's trying to pull them off. It's like, what is all this, man? A lot of times there's pain involved into doing these so-called miracles, man. But with the Lord now, it's just belief and a word. Mm-hmm. And that's the kind of type of power we're going to obtain when Yahushua comes to, bestow the blessings upon the elect. And all Esau's hard work is going to be wasted. Literally destroyed as well. It's just wasted. Waste of time. An inferior, man. And this guy claims he's at the pinnacle of knowledge. Like he thinks he's he's the greatest, man. TBE. But he ain't. Miracles have been done before in a much better way. But anyway,
he's doing too much, man.
He's doing too much.
You want to prove everything.
He's doing far too much, man. He's trying to disprove the Most High, trying to be like God, but be better than God, like. Because he wants you to believe that all these stories in here, just stories. They weren't really real. That's what, because he's faithless, so he wants to make the world faithless too. They want you to believe on his miracles, what he's able to do through his technology. That's what he wants people to believe, to put trust in him, not in the word of the Heavenly Father. That's been his goal pretty much to do. Right, so we can worship him as God. Okay, but we're not fooled by these deceptions, man. We're not, fooled by these games that Esau plays. So we're gonna stick to our guns, man. Esau gonna stick to his. And these people out here, they're gonna believe in Esau, believe that he can save the world. No, he's here destroying the world. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, it's with technology as well, man. It's destroying the world.
Yep.
Look, I mean the chemtrail that is pumping on the sky over there, man.
Yep.
That's what I mean. It's mixed with metal and mercury, which affect the ecosystem and also your body structure. The way Mosai created. They mess up with your body. That's why a lot of people are sick in the hospital. Dumping this nuclear waste in the ocean as well. Yeah. All this affect the way things were created, man.
Yeah, you can't say Esau's looked after the planet. You can't say he has. Not at all, man. And this is why he's such a fool, because you can't destroy the planet you live on.
So all his science is to destroy.
Yep. As cool as it looks, and useful as it might be to a certain degree, there's a better way of doing things, man. More spiritual way of doing things, and one that's in harmony with the planet and everything on it. And we're gonna go back to those ways when the Lord returns.
Psalm 64:7. But Mosiah shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away.
All right, so hey, it's a thing as well now. Like he's always tell upon himself, man. Always say things because they're proud, so they like throwing things out there, man. Because they believe most people out here are stupid, right? So they say things, say and do things, and you ain't gonna do shit about it. So I can't. They put it in the movies. You know, you have insiders come out and say things. You know, you have Carl Schwab, you know, telling man that you owe nothing and all this business. Like, what does this all mean though? Because, like, well, yeah, what does that mean? Now, if you don't know, then you're kind of confused about the statements that they make. But when you know the agenda and the direction that they want to go, it's like, oh, yeah, that makes sense because this is happening and they want this to happen. You piece things together. You know the prophecies, you know the scriptures, you know where it leads to. These are not empty statements. Like they have an agenda that they're going to fulfill, and it's going to be like that for you. You won't owe nothing, you know. But they're making it sound like that's not a bad thing, though.
Yes.
That's how they do. They make it sound like that's not a bad thing, though. But what do you mean?
They always say we're not gonna do that, but they end up doing it. You know, that's how they do. Man. They come with soft words, man.
The fork tongue.
So to entice, I mean, to seduce your mind, I mean, to lie on you, to deceive you. So if you believe, you know, you feel comfortable, and then in a few days, reality gonna show up, man.
Yeah,
you know, like this stuff, like you know, like I stumbled on the video, like I mean, about the C1 and it was 9, you know, that they show, like I mean, 1992 in Barcelona, when they were doing Olympic ceremony, they show, I mean,
the Hydra thing, isn't it?
yeah, so they show everything. So by that, I mean, by looking the time and from 1992 to now, we see the thing happening. It's a time, man. They do everything gradual, man. They don't rush, you know. But in this last day, they're gonna rush.
You know? Well, yeah, they're running out of time, so they ain't got a choice but to rush. Yeah. But when they have time to methodically put it all out, they know they can't just drop it on the people. They need to break them down. So everything's been a process of breaking them down, but they're at a point now that you kind of broken down enough in it. We need to run out of time. We need to put these things in place now, because eventually, no matter what's going to happen, when people are starving, which is going to be the case at some point, man, they're going to break anyway.
Yeah, that's amazing.
They're going to break because they got their stomach empty, you know. And Esau the only one offering solutions, even though we're here giving you a solution, the word, believing in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, to people who are carnal, that's not a solution. That's not an answer, because they don't see how that's going to happen.
Yes.
Right? So Esau is going to win in that respect. If you're carnal, Esau is going to win you over, because you're going to be broken. You ain't going to care how much of a devil he's been. You know, because we know our politicians are a bunch of fucking liars and shit, right? But you know, but you'll go to them and trust them anyway, because they don't see nothing else to do. All right, they don't see no other way out. So they don't give a shit that he's a fucking lying bastard. Yeah, we just do what they're telling us to do it, and save our lives. That's what they're gonna do. Nobody gonna get through that today. You know, because the same scenarios are kind of playing out as they did back in Egypt, back in the day. You know, we're gonna go through that kind of time again. You know, but worse. It'll be worse than that. It's gonna be worse. You know, time like no other. Okay. But yeah, grab us Revelation 12 and 12, I'm sure. Because like I said, Esau ain't missing the beat right now, man. Esau he's really is speeding things up, man. Right? It's like a meeting you always talking about something, right? Bringing something else into the world. The HWO saying things about new variants or new diseases or whatever. It's always there's a lot happening. There's a lot on the horizon that Esau about to do, man. Okay, all this inflation and the interest rates talking on that. Hey, this place is getting ready to crash. There's a recession, a major recession about to hit. You know, and like I said, your money's getting eaten up right now, and you're gonna find it hard to pay for things like Black Horse in Revelation chapter 6. You know, you're gonna find it hard to afford things soon. Like people already complaining now, gas prices and whatever. People already complaining, but this is not even the worst of it. This is the beginning of it.
Did you see the article? I mean, magazine like Beyonce on the red horse?
With the yeah. That's weird as hell, man.
But that's a message. I mean, in a way that Esau is pushing.
Yeah, exactly.
What I can see.
Where did the idea come from? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Why did Vogue choose to do that? Yeah, what's that got to do with Beyonce? Nothing. This woman ain't been around for ages. Like no one. Yeah. You know, she got a new album coming out though. I think it is or whatever. So. Yeah, I ain't heard about this Beyonce for ages, right? All of a sudden she pops up in a Vogue magazine on a fucking red horse.
Yeah.
Like random, like it ain't random. It seems random,
And
right?
she wear black dress as well. So black horse and black, I mean,
Red horse.
red horse and red horse. I mean,
So it's like that's random. It seems completely random, right? But the imagery tells you something, which corresponds to something in here.
Yeah.
Like we're privy to that, right? Vogue are privy to, you know, insiders involved. They that wasn't done by accident. It was purposely done that. That was the photo shoot she was gonna do, and they were gonna push that out there because that's the spirit. The spirit this time is in right now.
Yeah.
You know, it's a message. It's a sign, right? Because of the time that we're currently in. You know. Yeah, man.
that's the devil in his work, man.
But you just think it's a Vogue cover, though.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a photo shoot. No, fucking idiots, man.
Yeah.
That shows you how asleep you are, though.
Most of people are simple in this world, man. You know, they believe everything they see, man. They believe what Esau is telling them.
Yeah.
It's telling them. But in reality, Esau is leading them in, I mean, to the trap. I mean, he already set snares, man.
Yeah.
So
you shall see them. You know what I mean? He fully knows that you're asleep.
Yeah.
You know, so he can put things up there in front of your face, and you don't know what the hell that is.
That's why they're able to put things in the movie as well, man.
Yeah.
You know, before your eyes. So, but most of the people they don't see, only a few can see.
Yep.
You know, and them elites who are in the north, they are the one who getting the message as well. You know.
Yeah, predictive programming.
Yeah.
But that's a conspiracy too, apparently. You know. But no, you're getting used to your idea that you could be in a future like that, man. And guess what? It's happening. Like we are in those types of movies right now. You know, before that was like that seemed too crazy back 20 years, 30 years. I remember, you know, when certain movies when came out, like that future seemed crazy. Like, but we're actually living that as if it's normal now.
Yes.
It's not. To them, that was super dystopian. Today, that's kind of normal. So you've become more acclimatized to it. So as it goes further into me, you're just gonna be like, well, yeah, we should, you know, just do what the government say, just do this and do that, because we have to, and not knowing where, you know, where you came from, you know, how things were like 40, 50 years ago, because you don't remember, or you know, you weren't born around then or whatever. Because every generation, man, you know, get watered down, man. You know, they're less and less awake in a way, even though it's supposed to be the woke era.
Yeah,
they're kind of less awake though. You know.
Yes. This is the book of Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great love, because he knoweth that he has but a little time, but a short time.
Yeah, that's it, man. He feeling that pressure. Feeling that pressure. He's running out of time, man. He really wants to bring this in real soon, man. And what an opportunity to take advantage of all this, man. These all these problems with the food and with the, you know, the economy and that, they ain't leaving that. They ain't gonna let that come back up and wait for another opportunity for it to happen. No, they're gonna use this right now. You know, however long it lasts for, they will use this as a springboard to complete these agendas, man. You know, it's a perfect storm of shit that's all happening right now that they can take advantage of, man. If I was the elites, you know, if I was on that side of things, and like I want to get something through, now would be the time. You know, obviously, you know, however space of time they want to do it over, but you would want to take capitalize of the circumstances on the earth right now. You know, so because you can sense it, things ain't going back, man. Things are already gonna move forward into you know, death and destruction, man. You know, so you're gonna see the wrath of the devil, man. You're gonna see what he's gonna turn this world into. Okay, and how he's gonna treat the people. You know. Daniel chapter 12 verse 1.
So book of Daniel 12:1. And at that time and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
Right, so things are about to become as bad as they've ever been, man. Worse than they've ever been. Right, that's why, like, we know it's not going to end here, because right now, some people, these people out in the park, right? They can chill. They can still chill, right? They might feel like they're okay-ish. Maybe the money's getting a bit tighter, but they feel okay. People are gonna be crying out here, man.
Yes, there's one. I mean, person. Someone who I know he just told me, because I mean they have businesses. They were doing well, but it's like, I mean, now everything is tightening. So they say like now I can they start, empty his wardrobe, take, the clothes that he didn't use and put them in the work. Sell them up, man. So people have they're making decisions right now, man. If this extra that I have, I can keep or not. That's the time that people are in, man.
Well, people are deciding whether or not to use their cars and things like that.
Yeah.
But some people use the car to get to work, but so they're losing money with the fact that even though Pastor Hall was talking about the Uber thing and everything like that, he decided a few times not to go out because it weren't worth the money, man. You're spending more on petrol or diesel or whatever, So people are going to get put into a situation that it's going to be impossible to kind of navigate, right? It's like this world in general. Like, this world is in such a shitty position. Like, there's no way to really solve it. Like, because you got the banks with interest rates. Oh yeah, because we're trying to fight inflation, right? Trying to help people by raising interest rates up so the prices go down. But that's not. But you do that, everybody that's loans out and that, they're gonna get screwed. Mortgages, the housing market is just gonna fall through. Businesses are gonna fall through because they're paying more on it. There's no way to get around it. It's a catch-22 position. You're damned if you don't. You're damned if you do. So there's no play out of the situation, man. It's all going to end badly, no matter what they end up doing. Because obviously they got to look like they're doing something to try and help, right? But none of it's going to help. There's nothing they could do. There's no bomb.
This is the book. This is the book of Jeremiah, 51. I'm start from 7. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations are drunken of our wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly foreign.
Yeah, you thought you was on the road to progress, man. You thought you was on the road to prosperity. You thought everything that this devil was doing was for the benefit of all people on the planet. Wrong. Dead wrong. Yeah.
Babylon is suddenly foreign and destroyed, hour for hour. Take balm for our pain, if so be she may be heard. We would have heard Babylon, but she is not heard.
She's not heard. There ain't no rising from the ashes, man. This ain't happening. This ain't happening, man. I know you people want it to happen, but that's not what's happening. Okay, they're down and they're staying down. Okay, to the point where they're destroyed. Yep.
Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own land, into his own country, for our judgment reaches unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies.
Yep.
The Lord has brought forth out our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord our power.
That's right. Okay, so there's no band-aid to help recover this place, recover the economy, save people's livelihoods and all this business. No, it's gonna collapse. Right? And this is the whole point. Right? They want it to collapse to bring in the new system. It has to collapse.
And also that new system is not gonna be beneficial to the majority of the people. It's gonna be only for the rich men, those 1% who are in control, who have resources in their hands, man. those are the one who are gonna benefit. Because if we, I mean, if they want this this world, I mean, everyone to live in happiness and joy, they will have distribute their wealth, man, to the people. That's how they're gonna balance the world. The well-being, but because they have everything for themselves, man, that's how it's gonna be. So they want you people to be their servant forever, man. That's why to the point they're gonna try what to put the, I mean, this mic, I mean, RFID microchip inside your body, man.
To brand you as property,
Yeah.
and state the control over you, But like I said, they played it. That's something. He's looking hard at work, right? He's put the world in a position where there's no way it can't collapse. There's nothing no one could do, even if they wanted to stop it from falling. It's like a game of chess. You're in check, right? There's only a limited amount of moves you can make, right? But you can't get out of being checked. There's no matter what you do, you can't physically get away. You will get checkmate.
That's also Messiah said, well, post balance is what? It's a abomination.
Yep.
So this word is all in one position, man. It's not balance, man. It's all, I mean, it's in one side, man.
But even on a higher spiritual level, I'm thinking this now, like even going back to chess, right? Like Esau think he got everyone checked, right? But like I said, even if like the Most High is not allowing them to to do anything beside what he wants them to do. Like, cause remember they are being controlled at the end of the day. So the Most High is not even letting them find a way to get out. Even if they wanted to get out, they have to go forth with the agenda, man. The Most High's agenda, ultimately, to take the world into collapse, right? Has to. And that's why it's beautiful, because there's no the Most High's word can't be circumvented. You can't get around it. You can't change it. And that's why it's beautiful, because we can see that there's no way out of this. It has to go in this direction. There's only one way. But obviously the Most High playing above the board game. He got ways around it. And he got to save this man out of this tribulation. The elect, right? Whereas these people don't have the option. They ain't of the elect, man. They ain't gonna be saved. So we put trust in that. We know there's a way out of this. Just keep the faith.
Yeah, that's why I mean, as we have led, man. The day is gonna be bodies when it's gonna be terrible on the earth, but Messiah is gonna remember them that who fear him. That's who fear him. That's who are in the book of his memory, man. Yeah, the book of life. Remembers, the book of life, man. Yeah, which are the elect. Lord will we pray we be all those people, man.
That's right. We read in Daniel 1.
Yeah, correct.
So that's what we're hoping for, man. So yeah, it's doom and gloom for this place, man. But there's hope on our side of things. It's a necessary evil, as they call it, for this place to be destroyed and for the kingdom of heaven to be set up. It's a necessary process. Okay, one that we don't fear.
And that Daniel 12 and 1, and I continue. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book
of life, okay, which pertains to the elect of Israel. Yep. That was the point. Let me grab us Sirach 12 and 10 double shot.
This book of Sirach 12 and 10, which leads, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron lasteth, so is his wickedness.
Right, so we're going to have this time of tribulation come, and like I said, those that are not faithful to Yahweh Shem Yahshai, they're going to look to Esau for answers. The WHO, and all these different organizations that have been set up to manage you. All right, and you're going to be looking for them for the answers, right? And they're going to tell you a bunch of things, obviously.
That name itself is spook, man. That name of woo. Because if you may go, I mean, has that's how it's going to be. Woo.
Yeah. And yeah, you're going to seek these answers from these leaders, right? So you're going to put your trust and faith in him. Well, We're reading here, don't trust the enemy. The enemy set this trap up. You're just reading it, right? They set these snares up. You can't trust the man that set it up to protect you. It's a deception, right? Because he's trying to ensnare you. It's part of the trap, you know. Because he knows you're what's the word, man? You're ungodly. You don't fear the Most High, right? So he knows you're gonna turn to him regardless of how you feel about him at the time, because the people don't have any other way to survive, you know. But you're gonna get stung.
Uh, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou had wiped a looking glass.
Right, and you know this devil's resume, man. You know what he's been doing on this earth for the longest, right? And how he's gone around the whole world effing shit up, man. Messing with all the people on the planet, you know, killing them, doing all kinds of madness to them, man. Everyone's got a problem with Esau, really, for the stuff that he's done. So he's got a long history of being the devil. All right? He hasn't changed. Okay, he's just smarter with it now. He's more subtle than he's ever been. You know? Before he was just running things by brute force. Because he could. You know? Because he blessings the sword, right? He go in there with brute force. But guess what? He also a serpent. So he got a bit wiser or slicker with what he's doing. He's still one with a sword, but he's smarter with it now. You know? So this guy hasn't changed, man. He's good at hiding it. But when the time comes, then them horns are gonna come out again. You're gonna see what he really is. Okay, the wicked, the devil. All right.
Yet take good heed
I knew. Oh no, it's continued. 1 hour 6 now on here.
Okay.
It's back up. I have no idea when it cut out, is it? Well. Show what's going on here. Salakia, Arkham. Yeah, Satan was messing with me. I didn't connect the charger pack, so the string cut out. I have no idea where we was on the stream, but you know, we're just gonna go back. We was reading last. Yeah, yeah. Just go read. What was it? So 3 10 again. We'll just continue where we left off.
Trevor, just
Yeah, we just go back to what he's reading in it.
let's talk about 10.
Yeah.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron lasteth, so is his weakness.
All right. So yeah, we know not to trust this devil. Esau is the wicked that the Bible speaks about, right? And he's been like this from day one, right? He's got history. He's history of all the nations and what he's done to them, right? And he's robbed, murdered, pillaged to have possession of the whole earth, right? So everyone knows that he's a devil, right? But for some reason, people are okay with him now, for the most part, to kind of deal with him, mostly because they're scared of him, in most ways, man, because Esau's just gonna F them over, right? But in this time to come now, they're gonna turn to Esau again because they don't have no other options, man. They don't see no other options to get out of the predicament that the world is in. Okay, but this guy is not to be trusted, and yet you're gonna trust him anyway, right? And that's a mistake. Okay, these scriptures are not written for no reason. Even General Yohanan was talking about, oh, we know it's the devil, but take the V, right? No, the Bible teaches you the opposite of that, right? This devil is the same devil. He's always been that, man. He's just better at hiding it. Okay, the scripture speaks about how he's more subtle than any beast of the field. He's good at hiding it. Okay, but inside he's the same devil, man. Okay.
Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his lust has not been altogether wiped away.
Right, he's still that corrupt soul, man. Okay, he's still rotten to his core. All right.
Set him not by thee, lest when he has overthrown thee, he stand up in thy praise. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith.
Yep.
Who will pick the charmer that is beaten with a serpent?
Right. The reason why you wouldn't show pity to a person who's messing with snakes, because you know our nature of a snake, right? You know the nature of beasts and animals, right? And Esau is no different. You should know the nature of this beast, of this man, what he's likely to do. You're not shocked. The serpent bite you because you're playing around with a snake. You're not shocked. The serpent was always going to bite you at some point,
Especially rejects, man. If you look the history, that we have with this man, Esau, Edom, the so-called white people, it's not good, man. Not to begin with, man. Look, back in time when they use our people as well, experiment. For experiments, as a test subject, And what's happened, man? Most of all those people who were, doing that to schedule, experiments, they end up all be in a situation that they didn't like it themselves, man. They end up sick,
Yeah, the immune system's destroyed.
Yeah, but this man go, he was, he didn't even consider to pay back or anything. Man.
Yeah, try and make it right.
Yeah,
not that you could anyway, but you don't bother attempt to. It's like the same way you don't even intend to be righteous. Like, oh, you're just being wicked because there's no other options, man.
Yeah.
You can't repent anyway, so you might as well do your wickedness, right? It's the same thing. Like Esau doesn't give a shit. Esau likes seeing us down way below him. Esau likes to see us groveling. You know, our people are through, finished. He likes seeing that. It makes him feel good about himself, man. No, I've got the upper hand on my brother Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
You know, oh, he's strung out on drugs. Esau likes that, man. That's why he likes to promote it in the music industry, man. He loves you Jake seeing you destroy each other, man.
Yeah.
That's why he promotes those record, them rappers and shit. Because he still controls the music industry. Why does he pump out the negativity shit amongst our people? Because he loves to watch it, man. He loves to see us fighting each other, envying one another, shooting one another. You know, sipping lean. You know what I mean? You know, just through. Tats all over your face. You just fucking all fucked up.
Yeah, adultery as well.
Adultery, broken homes, vanity. All you care about is fucking chains and shit and cars. He loves it, man. He gets off on that shit big time. You know?
Yeah, because they know, man. Deep down, man, if we go off, Mostia is gonna be more far from us. You know? That's what they know, man.
Yep.
So they're gonna try to do the best they can, man, to push that negativity between our people, man. You know, so we can continue
that cycle of sin.
Yeah, in the cycle of sin. So he can be all. He can rule over us, man. But when we get light, but in this time, Mosiah put this in a trick bag, man.
Hey, but this is why the people of the world, they hate us.
Yeah.
They don't hate these fucking rappers. You know what I mean? They glorify rappers like, you know, Tupac was a prophet. You know, that's what they keep telling Tupac was a prophet, man. No, he wasn't. He's a fucking douchebag, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a devil, man. You know, but no, people like that get glorified. Nipsey Hussle, they man get glorified. You know, selling drugs and all that kind of shit, destroying our people. You know, but we're the worst of our people, apparently.
Yeah.
You know, for speaking the truth.
Yeah.
You know, so it's set out to be that way. Esau don't want the truth to be out, so we have to be demonized. But you know, rappers and things like that, they have to be glorified, so Jay can concentrate on that. You know, becoming that, not being one with the truth, but becoming a fucking artist, some shit, actor, sports star, whatever the case may be, to keep you away from the truth.
And they create this platform as well, this social media as well, to put our people, man, in the open, doing wickedness, man.
Yep.
You know, women twerking, you know, all this stuff, man. Women twerking in front of their children, you know, smoking weed.
No fucking shame.
Yeah, no shame.
Or dignity.
No. So that's the image they give us, man. You know, which the weed, I mean, the image of what?
Destruction,
man. That's what.
Death. Yeah.
No. At the end, I mean, on the other hand, Esau is what? He's boring. He's enjoying his work. I mean,
these elites ain't going around flashing off to everybody, man.
Yeah.
They just are what they are. You know what I'm saying? Right now, they're in control, innit? Right? They're above us right now, man. The scripture speaks about servants on horses.
Yeah.
Esau's above us right now. We're on the ground. Esau sailing way above us right now. He got everything. We got shit. We're still dreaming about things we can get. You know? But Esau's got it all right now, man. So he ain't got a floss. You know?
Yeah. But we come with the light, man. The word of Moshiach to tell you, man, you need to get out, you so-called Negro. But you're not Mumbaga, man. Before it's too late, man. Come back to your power. And you're gonna have everything that you miss in this world, man. Which the word to come is gonna be yours, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who will repeat a charmer that is beaten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beast? So one that goes to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will repeat?
Yep.
Yeah. For a while he will abide with thee.
So like I said, you dealing with this devil with the these Edomites, so-called white man. You're not gonna feel bad for him, man, because you've had plenty of warning. Like, and you've had these scriptures. All right. So if you want to go down with Esau, don't look for us, innit? You know, because we already told you, man. Go hand, join hand, both should not go unpunished, man. You're gonna fall into that ditch. You're gonna be destroyed with him. You know, but you can't say you weren't warned. You can't say we didn't tell you that the so-called white man was the devil. That these people are Edomites. All right, you can't say we never said that. You know. Yep. So,
For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but
I'm here to help. Oh, we want everybody to have a bank account. You know, the bank, the unbanked. You know, all these things. Like his marketing is superb. His marketing is superb, man. You know, he knows what to say to get you on board, right? He's just trying to help everybody because he's such a righteous guy. You know, yeah. I know he's made some mistakes in the past. They were just mistakes. No, it wasn't a mistake. Everything he's done on purpose, man. He's been the devil, right? He will continue being the devil, man, and he'll continue telling you all the things that you want to hear, right? But as time goes on in the last days here, man, Esau's gonna become less nice, for lack of a better word, right now, right? He's gonna become less nice, right? And even though he's becoming less nice, you're gonna still flock to him anyway. Because like I said, you ain't gonna see another way. You believe in this man. You believe in Esau. Right? So for the most part, the world will accept what he's about to do on this earth, man. They will accept it, man. Because they don't see no other way to be saved. Right? But again, we're reading this for this very same reason, man. Even if that looks like that's the case, even though you don't see no other way, right? Don't trust this man. You know? Don't trust this man. Okay, he's been set up on the earth to be exactly what he is, the devil. Right?
the sword, man.
The sword. Right? He's the reason of the world's misery. You know? He's the one in control right now. Right? And like I said, we mentioned plenty of times, Esau had the power, the resources to make this world a paradise again. He could have done that. But that's not his MO, man. Okay, that's not what gets him up in the morning. You know? He's here to do wickedness. Right? That's what he's here to do, man.
And they enjoy it.
They enjoy it very much so. You know?
Yeah, that's why I say even in the Bible say, well, he loses, he don't sleep in the night until
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. He do some mischief, man. That's a mindset of this Edomite. It's wicked, man.
That's right.
You know, they go around the world, taking peace, bombing people, stealing their resources, that's all they do. That's like what they have done and what they continue to do, man.
Like I say, they get off seeing people downtrodden, especially our people. Like I say, he loves it, man. Okay, this devil's got to go, man. We can't have a world run like that, where you got to fucking sadist as a ruler, You can't have a world like that. That's madness. Everyone's in misery. Everyone's struggling,
An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagines how to throw thee into a pit.
Yep.
He will weep with his eyes, but if he found opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood.
Esau would even cry with you, man. He would cry with you. He would tell you, I feel your pain. He would tell you all that shit. But ultimately, he don't really care. He don't care. It's just an act, man. A fleeting thing for him. All right. When it comes to his agenda, nothing gets in the way of that. Nothing. He don't care what granny or what child he got put to death, old or young. It doesn't matter to him. And you're gonna see all that soon.
Same as the bee, man.
Yeah. It
was say like he wants to help you, But look at people who are suffering behind that thing, man. That Jewish, people their life have been changed.
Yeah, forever. Even he's doing dropping from the heart,
Yeah.
the heart thing, right?
Yeah.
You know, with the things that they're finding in their arteries and stuff. Oh man, it's messed up. It's messed up, man. You know, ever since the V came into view, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, he saw. You don't care. Still not even been approved to this day yet. You know what I'm saying? But no, everyone's forgot about it because it's not a main issue no more. But you know, now he's sort of moving on to bigger, better things. As we said he was going to do. There's always going to be something that's going to come after this, then something after that, then something after that, until this place is done. You know, always the next crisis, man. Okay, that was it on that, wasn't it?
Just one more. Yeah. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He will shake his hand.
Undermine you, right? Everything he's done is to undermine the people, right? To give himself an upper hand. Okay, even though he's got power over the earth already, he wants to consolidate. He wants to make that absolute, right? Because his aspiration is to be like the Most High, right? Esau at this stage in time doesn't have absolute power, well, in his mind anyway, right? Because even if he got to the point where he's chipped everybody or whatever, he's still not going to have absolute power. But in his mind, that's what he needs to do to get there, to be like the Most High. So he's doing whatever he can to position the people into making fulfilling that, man.
He will shake his head and clap his hand and whisper much and change his countenance.
Yeah, the change of countenance, man. That's gonna be a doozy, man. You thought he was on your side, but you're gonna look like an enemy to you. You're gonna look like an enemy to our people for sure. You thought, oh, we're all in this together. Yeah, Black Lives Matter and all that shit. No. You're gonna see the man change countenance, man. They're not gonna give a shit about you, right? Because inside they are what they are. Okay, they're Edomites. They are the devil, man. He's gonna play his role. Right? There's gonna be dark spirits moving around the earth, man. In that time, even now, as you speak, dark spirits moving around. But it's gonna amplify, and you're gonna see the true colors of these people out here, man. Of these demons. And you're gonna see their true colors. Because the whole world is gonna be put in a bad situation, man. And people are gonna go back to, back to basics, so to speak. People are gonna, the light's gonna be shown on people, man. Let's just say that. We're gonna see what they are, what they're made of, what kind of integrity they have.
They've been speaking about blackout as well, isn't it?
Right,
in the media and stuff like that.
Blackouts.
So
that's a scary time, man. When there's no lights, man.
That's when people turn off. Animals, man.
Yeah.
They know, like, nobody see them, so they can do anything.
Do what they want to do.
These women are gonna be left, People are gonna be breaking people's house, stealing, if you try to resist, if they have weapons, they're gonna shoot on the like there, man. Or kill you like there. So this world is going to be, to be chaotic, say,
That's right. That's right. Psalms 65 and 21. 65. 55.
It's the book of Psalms 55 and 21. The word of his mouth were smoother than butter, but woe was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
All right, so in Esau's mind right now, man, is war. Because that's what he's about. He's about death. He's about the sword, right? He's like they call it war games, right? He's setting up his, putting himself in position, right, to war the people, to subdue the people. Okay, and like I say, he's subtle, so he's got all different things going on to do that, So yeah, man, that's what Esau's on right now. So I don't know why you want to go and trust him, knowing that he's the devil, he's the Edomite, And I can say that because of General Yohana and you know him promoting the V, you know, saying it was alright to take it. Like what in your right mind, you know? How in your right mind are you gonna say that? Knowing who this man is, you know? And no doubt, you know, these other camps that are sold out, they're gonna be okay with the MOTB when it comes out. They're not gonna say, oh, you ain't gonna be worried about that because that's not the prophecy. Okay, you're setting your people up to fail, man. To fall by Esau. Right? You can't trust him. What part of that you don't get? You know? He's playing out his agenda right now, man. He's trying to ensnare the people. All right? Kind of.
So we go Ecclesiasticus 14 and 5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good?
Yeah, he doesn't even care about his own people. He only care about himself. Even amongst the elite, they don't like each other like that. You know? And this is the thing that, like, we keep saying that if Esau was allowed to continue being in rulership and, you know, he effed up the earth, man, they'll be still fighting amongst each other for power because they're never satisfied. Scripture says that he is hell and cannot be satisfied. It wouldn't be enough for him to have power over the people. They would be fighting each other, man, and there would be nothing left at the end of it all. You know? So he's not even like himself like that. How is he gonna love everybody else, take care of everybody else? That's not his primary goal or objective on the earth. He ain't gonna do that. Profiteering, that's what he's about. You know, trying to suck as much away from the people as possible for himself. You know,
That's just destroying the balance, man.
yeah,
That's what the earth is. I mean, the way it is right now, man. Because the earth lacks balance. You know, because the wealth is on the one hand, let me say. You know, the less of the people are up, have nothing. You know.
yeah. They ain't meant to be like that, man. Because we don't even have the basics of what we're supposed to have. Things that are supposed to be a given. You know what I mean? Like land and, you know, house and you know, farm, cattle and stuff. You know, we don't even have those things as basic, man. We live on somebody else's land in a house that's not ours. You know, if you've got council or whatever, you know, government project is running. You don't own it. We don't own nothing. We don't own nothing now.
Yes.
You know, about you own nothing and be happy. We don't own nothing now, pretty much. Even the car that you may have paid for, the government can take it. So it's like that's not meant to be like that, man. You're meant to have your own land and your own family, your own house and things like that. And the Most High gave everybody land because it all starts with land.
Yeah.
And Most High gave everybody their inheritance, man. All these different nations their inheritance to have. You know, but Esau don't want you to have none of that. He wants to have it for himself. You find Uganda, is it Uganda?
Yeah.
Find gold, isn't it?
Yeah. Gold.
Bro, like
Soon it's gonna be.
yeah. Because whenever time anyone finds anything, yeah, like Esau wants it.
Yeah, look at Congo, man.
Esau wants it, man.
Yeah.
Even though it's nothing to do with him. It's not on his land.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with Esau. Right? But Esau wants what you got. That's his nature, man. He's not happy with what what was given to him. He's given his own land, right?
He's a greedy man.
He's a greedy man. And so no doubt there'll be some skullduggery going on to get that gold.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna find out there's some wars going on. You know what I mean?
So maybe they use that term LGBTQ.
Yeah, they can do that.
Agenda, you know?
Or they might send in the Muslim fucking militias. What they call them, man? Fucking Boko Haram or some shit. You know, wherever, and cause instability in the country.
Yeah.
You know, and then at the same time they're siphoning out the gold and whatever. He's the devil, man. You know what I mean? Like, so it's nothing safe from nothing safe. Even though it belongs to you, your country, you can't have it to Esau. He's got to have it. You know?
That's what they say, man. The Bible says the earth is given in the hand of the wicked, man.
Yeah.
You know? So this man is in control right now. He holds all the resources and the wealth of this world, man. But soon it's gonna be taken away, man.
All taken away from him.
Yeah.
That's right.
He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. There is none worse than he that envies himself, and this is the recompense of his wickedness. And if he does he do us good, he do us it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness.
Right? That's the work of an enemy right there. You know, we pretend to help thee, going back to never trust an enemy, if we pretend to help thee, it's all false pretense, man. It's all lies, deception. He's so good at that.
That's matter the devil gonna come out of him, man.
At the end, that's what eventually happens. Okay, the devil can only keep up the act for so long because it's against his nature. He's itching, you know what I mean? He's itching to do some wickedness.
Yeah, I believe Libya as well. That's how they try to, I mean, to negotiate with, I mean, Gaddafi and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Gaddafi was what? Against their agenda. So what happened at the end? They
Take him
invade him and they
do a coup, take him out of power, set some puppet government in there, and that place still ain't come back.
No functioning work.
You know,
like the way it was Gaddafi. You know?
Yeah, done the same thing with Iraq.
Yeah.
You know, I had some bullshit reason to go in there. Weapons of mass destruction and shit, and then never found nothing, and everyone's right with it. I mean, Iraq's screwed, you know. Iraq's proper screwed.
Yeah. But this man is still alive until this day. They haven't put him in prison. This, I mean, Bush and the
no, they get away with it. They're Edomites. Yeah. They get away with shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, anybody else, man, you know, getting destroyed.
Yeah.
You know.
This is the book of Psalms 55 and the 22. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved.
I think that's what I wanted, just that one verse, I think.
One verse.
Yeah, just that.
Yeah, but the time will come, man. You know, when this devil unleashes his devilish, I mean, mindset, you know, let his, I mean, his military man to be on the street, you know. Mosiah is gonna be with the men that he love him, man, which are the righteous. You know, they left. He's gonna protect them. You know, he's gonna guide them in the light paths as well. You know, where there's no food. You know, famine is on. It's been the prayer on earth. The Lord is gonna provide still to his man, man. You know.
Yeah, brother, it gets 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11, brother. Sure.
Second Corinthians 2 and 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
So we're not ignorant of the plans of the elites, the plans of the wicked, right? We understand what they want. Like, if you don't understand what they want, you don't know, how they're gonna go about getting it, right? We know what they want is only the blessing, which they can't have. So they have to form another way to have like the blessing, right? So how do you gain control over the whole earth? How do you get people to bow down and have everybody in subjection? Because really, that's what was given to Jacob. All nations shall bow down to thee. Right? That's what we're supposed to have. That's not currently what we've got right now because we're in captivity, right? And we're waiting for the Lord to return. Okay, but then how does Esau go about getting back something that he lost? Well, we know he's blessed with the sword, right? And he's a cunning hunter, right? He's all of those things. And through his technology, he's been able to create a situation or a mode or method to control people. Now, you control finances, you control food and stuff like that. You got people begging, essentially, right? And the technology that he's built around all the infrastructure is like a cage that he's built that as soon as you're plugged into it, okay, when you become, we speak about the Internet of Things, right? When you're plugged into it, like, it's hard to come out of, or you can't come out of it because there's no other system outside of that now. You're just going to collapse the system around you and plug you into this new one, right? Which only works if you're plugged in. If you ain't plugged in, you ain't got no access to shit, right? So that's the agenda. That's what he's trying to achieve. Okay, but I have everybody take the MOTB. You're going to be plugged into that system now. The whole system's going to disappear. Okay, your old conventional ways of doing things are going to be gone. All right, you're not going to be using cash. There's no way to do things outside of the system. Okay, everything's going to be in the system. Everything's gonna be recorded. Everything's gonna be tracked. Everything that you do is gonna be tracked, right? And you're gonna get told what you can and can't do, you know, based on, you know, whatever level of clearance, for lack of a better word, that is given to you. You know, much like what China experimented, well, not experimenting, they got running in there with the social credit score. You know, people can get blacklisted of things, can't get loans, can't get cars, can't fly nowhere. You know, it can happen, right? So they want to control you, man, and control the resources. Okay, they don't want you to have them. All right. So we're not ignorant of the agendas of the elites, man. So everything that's going on now is to for that to work towards that end. Okay. So we're going to get into Deuteronomy 28 verse 48 now, right? Because like I said, things repeat. And like I said, the world is going to be begging essentially for things. So that means you're going to have complete control over the nations, man. And I saw an advert on the underground. And it was going into domestic abuse, domestic violence at home, right? And it states, it's an HSBC advert, right? And it states, how did it go now? An abuser, it's basically someone that controls your finances, controls you. All right, and it is true, right? It may have the word abuser in it, so an abuser that controls your finances controls you. Going into domestic violence, obviously you got a woman that can't get access to accounts or whatever because a man's holding the accounts from her. Yeah, she's fucked, isn't it? She can't escape. She can't do nothing. You know, she has to go to him to get anything, right? Simple, right? It works, right? But on a larger scale, which is what Esau is actually doing in the world, he's controlling your finances, and he's about to crash everything, right? He's gonna do the banks are gonna do the bail-ins because you know they're not gonna get bailed out this time round, right? The government's not gonna throw money at them to keep the banks running, so the banks are gonna hold the money in. So anybody that's got money in banks, eventually you're gonna lose all the money. You ain't gonna have access to it, right? And hence you're gonna be put on a new system because obviously you know the government can't just let that happen. Like in terms of like people can't buy nothing. Well, yeah, we're gonna set up the system. You can take this MOTB and we can ration you this and that, right? So, but basically they're controlling that now. That's the only avenue for you to receive food or whatever is through that avenue, through the government, through centralized government. So Esau's doing the exact same thing. He's the abuser. He abusing everybody. He abusing his power. So I thought it was a funny advertisement considering that's what Esau's actually doing to the world right now. Everything that's going on right now. He's controlling and manipulating things, to have you in subjection. All right. So yes, let's read Deuteronomy 28, 48.
So Deuteronomy 28 and 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in anger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things.
Right, so that's what was told unto us. We would serve our enemies in the want of all things. Now Esau, he putting that out to the whole world now, right? He gonna be the whole world's gonna have to go to him for the want of all things. All right. So that's the current kind of condition that we're in now. I think we'll be under that condition. It's part of the curses, right? And in the hand of your enemy or your captives, man, you ain't got no other choice but go to captive for things. Esau won't let you build. Esau won't let you have your own thing going on. We've seen that many times before, right? Black Wall Street has been an example of that. He don't want you to thrive outside of him, right? You have to be dependent on him. That's how he likes it, right? So that's how he's going to have the world in that same position. Okay, in the want of all things, quite literally. Okay. So yeah. So that was the pretense scripture. Actually, let me get 2nd Ezra chapter 15 verse 19 first. Then we go into Genesis 47. You gonna go there next? Yeah, you go there. You get this one first. And go there after we read that story. Verse 19, 15 and 19.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra 15 and 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Right. So in the wonderful things, man, you're gonna want to eat in that day. So this is prophecy now. There's gonna be a lack of bread. Right. So this guy's gonna gain that control over you. Right. Because hey, things are getting real dark, and your stomach's gonna be empty, man. Okay. So I just wanted to get that on the point. We might come back to this later. Because obviously the whole thing is pertinent. But we're gonna go to Genesis 47 and 13. Because the same thing happened. You know, there was a lack of bread in the land, and it brought people to their knees. Okay, to the point where they gave themselves over. Okay, yep.
This is the book of Genesis 47 and 13. And there was no bread in all the land, for the famine was very sore, so that the land of Egypt and all the land of Canaan fainted by reason of the famine.
Okay, they fainted, became weak. Right, mentally became weak. So like I said, they might not even agree. They might even like their governments at this point. You know, they might have deep resentment because that resentment is already grown in the earth. People becoming more angry with the governments and stuff like that. More protests and stuff like that, right? But even so, even though they might feel a particular way, they're gonna become faint. They're gonna become weak, and they're gonna understand that the only way we're going to get anything is if we, go through them. So they're gonna, put that aside and deal with them. Submit themselves. That's right.
And Joseph gathered up all the money that was found in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan for the corn which they bought. And Joseph brought the money into Pharaoh. And Joseph brought the money into Pharaoh's house. And when money fell in the land of Egypt,
right? So it's gonna come a point in time where your money's gonna fail. Like you don't think that in this time that bread and that kind of stuff was getting expensive? Of course it was getting expensive. More expensive than usual, that's for damn sure. Right? And it's gonna come a point in time with the black horse in Revelation chapter 6 where the wheat and the buy, it was like a day's wages to buy it. It's not a lot, right? It's gonna come to a point where you can't afford shit no more. Your money is not gonna work no more. Right? The inflation is too much. Your pounds, your dollars, whatever is worth nothing. Okay, you're struggling. Got no money left, man. Businesses are closing down, so you might not even be able to earn or make money. All this type of stuff. Okay, so you're gonna be in that sort of situation. Okay.
And when manna fell in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, "Give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence?"
Right, help. Asking the government for help. That's what you're gonna do. When you realize that shit, I can't afford nothing, or I can't even get hold of things, or there's so much chaos in the street, like I can't go out to the shop or go anywhere, to get anything, man. Like you're gonna expect the government to step in. So you're gonna plead with the government to do something about this. And of course, this is gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Of course, that's what he's gonna do and say, right? But that's the trap.
And that's what they've done just 2 years ago, when the thing was on the scene, man.
Yep.
That's what they've done. They crushed the economy, man. To the point like business are closing down, and those who remain with the business, they're feeling the pain as well right now, man. To the point, man, they're gonna say, man, enough is enough, man. They're gonna close down as well, and then what is gonna be? They're gonna be in the line as well. Going begging help from the government, man.
Yep. We already know food banks, was on the rise. The use of food banks is on the rise, even amongst the middle class. Because they got their fucking stupid ass mortgages that they can't afford. On their 5% mortgages and shit. You know what I mean? But they're getting screwed now. Interest rates are going up. Yeah. So they're paying more now, a lot more than they were paying before, and that's only going to increase. So it's just a matter of time before they have to forfeit and lose everything. and they're gonna have to go beg or I don't know whatever they need to do to try and survive. Right? A lot of pressure, a lot of stress that these people are going to be going through. Right? I can't remember the point I was going to make, but read that again.
And when manna failed in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, Give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence? For the manna faileth. And Joseph said, Give your cattle, and I will give you for your cattle if manna fail.
So basically, anything that you possess, essentially, like, boiling down to today, because we don't really own cattle like that. But anything you possess, you're willing to give it up. And we've got a lot of pawn shops now, cash converters. People taking in stuff and sending stuff for money or whatever. That's not something that's not strange now to do, because people are lacking finances. It's not uncommon now. But even more so when that time comes, man, you're gonna be left with nothing, man. Literally the agenda that Mr. Schwab was talking about, right? So it's not hard to fathom that that's actually what's happening right now. You're getting pushed down this route, and there ain't no way off it. Yep.
And they brought their cattle unto Joseph, and Joseph gave them bread in exchange for horses and for the flocks and for the cattle of the herds and for the horses, and he fed them with bread for all their cattle for that year. When that year was ended, they came unto him the second year and said unto him, We will not hide it from my Lord, how that our money is spent. And my Lord also, as our herds of cattle, there is not aught left in the sight of my Lord, but our borders and our lands.
So they were prepared to give themselves up, man, and the land that they sat on, they lived on, right, unto Pharaoh, right, because the money was gone. So like I said, when the banks collapse and your money's in there and it goes with the banks, you have zero, right? You're gonna have actually nothing there, right? But the government's gonna bring a suggestion, well, or UBI, universal basic income, or whatever. You get on this, but you gotta take this and that to receive these payments or these rationings or whatever the case is gonna be, But as soon as you take that MOTB, that's it. That's you giving yourself over. All right, which I'm going to get into afterwards. Yeah.
Wherefore shall we die? Wherefore shall we die before thine eyes?
Yeah. Are you going to let us die of starvation? Because the government's not meant to do that. They're meant to sit by and watch people starve to death. They're not meant to. They're meant to be helping the people.
That's what they do right now. They're helping with a bill. What is gas? I mean.
Oh, the energy.
Yeah. Something here in UK, they give like 150.
Yeah, a little bit of change or massive increases in the prices, like it's gonna do too much. But but they're meant to help. That's what they're here for, right? Yeah. They're meant to help when times are tough. They're meant to help. So they're making like they're doing something, but they're not really doing very much. They need to do a lot more, really, but they're crushing it. So
So the point is gonna come. It's gonna be hard. You're gonna go for the help, then they're not gonna give you help. It's gonna be you. To make a decision to be part of the system or be left out.
Yeah. Get gas and electric tokens.
Debates. I'm listening to the debates.
Yeah. I can't remember the term they use for it, but yeah. Yeah. Like a subsidy or something like that.
Yeah. Wherefore shall we die before thine eyes, both we and our land? Buy us and our land for bread, and we and our land will be servant unto Pharaoh, and give us seed that we may live and not die, that the land be not desolate.
So they said they'll be servant unto Pharaoh. And this is what you're essentially doing now. You're giving yourself over to your government to protect you, to so you can survive, right? She said, but you sold everything in the process of doing that, right? You're not, well, you're a servant now. You're underneath, right? You're underneath Pharaoh. He gonna tell you what to do, right? You got no real sovereignty over anything no more. No, not over your children, not over nothing. Even though he's been wearing away at those, those things over the years anyway. But now it's completely done away with. Like, no, you will do as you're told, right? You're now under directly servant, right? I think that was it on that point, right? Was Isaiah 30. I don't know what is next. I think you got a little bit more, Connor.
And, and as for the people, he removed them to cities from one end of the borders of Egypt even to the other end thereof. And that's gonna be, man. People gonna be moved even this time, man. You're not gonna have choice where you're gonna live, man. Because you're gonna lose your house. The house that you have been paying mortgage, I mean, for years, you're gonna lose it. So where are you gonna be dwelling? And they're gonna take you to a place that they want you to live, man. And they're gonna take your house.
Yeah, they're gonna put you to work, do whatever they want you to do with you, man.
Or concentration camps.
Yeah, whatever the case may be, man. But it's not gonna be up to you no more. You're not gonna have a control of your body. None of that stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I say, like, with the MOTB, they can track all kinds of stuff within you. They're gonna decide what you do today. What you're gonna be doing or whatever, and you ain't doing nothing but that. And you're only entitled to this and that, depending on what they, whatever they want to give you. Isaiah 30 verse 1. Oh, sure.
So Isaiah 1, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, say the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt.
Right. So this is essentially what these people did, right? But obviously this is fast forwarding to today. But basically, them people gave themselves up to seek help from Pharaoh. All right. And now people are going to do that again today. Well, have been doing it, right? They seek after Pharaoh for everything, rather than seek for the Lord, right? And this is what the temptation is going to be, really. That's going to trial the whole earth. Is if you believe in the Lord, if the Lord can deliver you or not. But most people don't believe in the Lord. They're going to believe in Esau because he has he has the power on this earth right now, or the means to do things. So you're going to go to him for help. But while you're going to him for help, they're trapping you. And now you've made your allegiance with him. Okay, you're permanent now. This ain't about the most. You ain't about the most sign now. Okay, you picked your team. You picked Esau. Okay, which is the dumbest move you could ever make in your life. But you picked your side now. You didn't give no credence to the Heavenly Father and his ability and his power. Read on
that. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
Yep. So you're going to be confounded, okay, when that time comes. You thought the decision that you made was like a guarantee, man. Like, yeah, Esau's going to protect us. Esau's going to provide for us, man. In this dark time that we're living in, he's going to give us what we need to survive. Not knowing that by you doing what Esau's told you by taking the MOTB, man, really you're going to end up being destroyed. Because the Most High has said not to take the MOTB, not to take his mark. Right? Your decision is automatically got you destroyed. But you thought you was being wise. You thought you was being wise in that moment to trust in Pharaoh, to trust in Esau in his modern day. to trust in Egypt, his system. You thought that was the right thing to do, but it turns out it weren't. You know, it's going to turn out that it's not.
All these benefits that they get from the government,
Mm-hmm.
Section 8 in America, here, this council benefit that they give you,
Yep.
the housing, you know, all that is going to be cut off, man. So you can go in line, man, to follow, I mean, after their agenda, man, which is to cheat you.
Yep.
Which, I mean, you're going to find out it's a terrible choice you're going to make, you know? Because at the end, it's going to be destruction for those who take it.
It's a choice you can't go back on.
Yeah.
You know, for you simple ones that think like, oh, if I take the mark, I can take it out and do this and do that. Let's not play that game, right? The scripture speaks about tempting the Lord. You know what I'm saying? We're not here to tempt the Lord, man. We ain't playing games. Okay, you have to get it right first time. Don't take backs. Okay, once you take that mark, that's it for you, man. Because you've shown your heart. You've shown that you have no faith. Okay, that you actually believe in Esau, man. You know, you want him to be your savior. Well, he's going to be your destruction. All right? Hey, shalom, Mark. Grab us Isaiah 36 and 6, for sure.
36.
36, verse 6.
This is the book of Isaiah 36 and 6. Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and he pierce it.
Right, it's just funny, right? You're relying upon Egypt. You're leaning upon Egypt. You're trusting in Egypt, right? Is it gonna pierce your hand? Right? Esau gonna pierce you. Esau actually gonna pierce your hand. All right? When you put that charagma in, you're gonna pierce your hand. All right? And that's gonna be the end of you. You know? Yeah, read on.
So is Pharaoh king of Egypt to all that trust in him. But if thou say to me, we trust in the Lord our power, is it not me? Is not he?
Yeah, that was the point. Verse 6 was the point. Yeah. So yeah, trusting on Egypt, man, is gonna end up bad for you, innit? You're gonna end up being confounded, right? And you're gonna end up displeasing the Lord. Okay, which is gonna trigger your destruction. Right? Now let's get Revelations 13 and 16 for sure.
This book of Revelation 13 and 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Right, so that mark, is that pinnacle thing in prophecy right now. These people are denying what that is. They want to say all kinds of madness, man. But through the scriptures and through what Esau's doing, that's part of what the prophecy is speaking about. You taking that charagma in your hand on your forehead, right, where he's going to gain control over you. Because this is all about control. If he's controlling your food, he's controlling your finances, your means to get food, then the only way you have to do it is if you take that mark. That's what the whole point is. It's the control. Right?
And he causes both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or save, save ye that are the mark or the name of the beast.
Right. So you can't buy or sell, because he's going to be determining when you can't do something, man. It's control. The same way back in Egypt, when their money failed, they had no choice but to give themselves over. So you're stuck, right? But it was a wrong move to make, because there was a way out, but to the carnal minded, it's not observable, man. They can't see that way out because they don't believe in the Heavenly Father and His Son, right? But It's like you triggered as soon as you take that mark. It's like you triggered, one of those things. Like it's like a clause you triggered, man. As soon as you
It's idolatry, man.
can't. Yep.
The scriptures choose you to stay who you will serve,
So,
man.
yep.
You worship the beast, man, because basically you're saying the Most High isn't powerful to save. You're saying a lot of things when you take the chip. You're saying the Most High don't have the power to save. The Most High don't have the power to deliver.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, you're saying the Most High ain't gonna keep his promise to destroy you. And you're saying Esau has the power to save, and you fear Esau. So basically, you substitute the Most High. And the first of all the commandments is thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hey, this mark of the beast is a serious thing, man, because it ain't gonna be a thing where there's gonna be no pressure. A lot of people think that it's just gonna be like Esau gonna come skipping through the tulips and say, "Do you want to mark? You don't want to mark? You don't want to mark me?" You coming like one of them fucking when you're walking down Barking and some random fucking Romania, random fucking Irishman comes up, "Hey man, do you want an iPad? Do you want an iPad? Would you like an iPad, mate? I got the iPad here. Yeah, £100. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Sure.
And you're just like, nah, it's cool because you already know. No, there's gonna be
Stolen shit.
there's gonna be pressure, man, and that's what the whole famine is all about. The Maslow's, remember that from business studies.
Yeah.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs. People are motivated by food and security.
Yep.
Fair. The fair famine is fair. Security, because there's gonna be chaos, man. Like I was speaking to the elder Ari. It's funny because we did a video. I don't know if you saw it. We did an algo going into the derivatives and the derivatives bubble, how they're gonna implode that, just suck all the money in the banks. It's gonna get sucked up one time. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we talking about the bailiffs and that.
The bailiffs, right? The bailiffs, which again, great millstone. Are the pioneer. Listen, we're the ones that were telling you about the CBDCs. Yeah, nobody listen. No one. This is what we do know. There were no one else talking about CBDCs. No one.
Yep.
Yeah, we were talking about it. Then when we started talking about it, even Esau started talking about it more.
Yep.
I see. Now that's actually they've had fucking hearings on it. Then so we did the live stream. Me and the elder Ariella, we were talking about the bond, the interest rates going up, how that affects the bond market. And we're talking about the stock market. We're talking about all these markets. Everyone's saying, "Oh my God, like the stock market's gonna implode." All this stuff. Everyone's selling what they have, jumping into cash, storing it in these banks, not knowing the bank. That's the biggest bubble. Them banks are they're the most over leveraged entities on the planet. Forget about Celsius and Binance and all these crypto exchanges. Yeah, they're scams. These banks are even bigger scams. These dudes have got 1% to 2% fucking collateral down.
Yeah.
You know what kind of leverage when you've only got 1 to 2% of collateral down. They are all insolvent. So imagine in your mind, and the elder Ariella said it to me, like, imagine, bro, what you're talking about is madness. You're talking about people not being able to access their bank accounts. Yeah. Everyone here, everywhere you go, people live with the ability to access their bank account at any time, 24/7, make transactions. People are buying and selling 24/7. You're hungry, you go to the store, drive to the 24-hour, you pull out your bank card and you make a, oh, I ain't got no eggs. Oh, I ain't got no bread. We're talking about a situation where the whole money system is going to be collapsed. Then you got the whole supply chain is collapsing and will collapse then too. Because how does the truck driver ain't moving and going nowhere if he ain't, or the businesses, the transactions ain't going through. So we're talking about chaos. Immediately when that happens, we're going to have lawlessness happening in the streets. So people are going to be scared, man. People are going to be scared through lack of bread and great tribulation. This says people are going to be going through people's houses. So then naturally people are going to be looking to be delivered. They're going to be looking like, for solutions and answers. Now, if you're of the elect, you're going to be looking to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai because you know that these times will come. He told us of these times, so we got to seek to the Lord. But a carnal-minded man are looking for FEMA. Where FEMA at? And that's the majority of our people, especially these women, they're going to be crying out, where FEMA at? This is horrible. We need help. And then that's when Esau going to come in. Well, okay, we can help you. We can provide you security. We can provide you with food. But you got to take this chip. And that's when all the people that would say they wouldn't take it, all of a sudden you got to feed the children. Obviously, you got to feed yourself. You're under pressure.
The situation that bad. You know, like I said, back in Egypt, man, they begged for that bread, man. Take us, like, you know, we've got nothing left. So of course, these people are gonna break. They're gonna faint. They're gonna become weak. They might even not even like their government. You spoke about earlier, man, because people are getting really pissed off with their governments. But even at that point in time, they're gonna become weak and faint and give themselves over.
People are taking experimental juices so you can go on holiday. So how much more say when their life is turned upside down and in peril? And we're gonna see this, man. This is gonna happen overnight. That's why the scriptures say about not putting far away the evil day. Because when this thing really implodes, it's gonna happen overnight, like the whole thing with Lehman Brothers and like 2008. It was overnight. Oh yeah, okay, these banks are insolvent. Just like that. That's what's gonna happen again.
And now that the whole term too big to fail is not even they're thrown out the window, man. They're not looking at the banks as too big to fail now.
But that's a lie. See, that's when you got to be, when Esau's reassuring you, yeah, well, because what he's trying to say is they've fixed the systemic issue. He ain't fixed shit, man. It's 1.5 quadrillion of fucking derivatives. These guys still making money the same way. They haven't changed. That's how these dudes down in central London make their money. They're fucking betting. There's nothing but betting. It's like a casino. It's no different to Las Vegas. And we all know what happens in Las Vegas, right? The house always wins. You know what I mean? Man's in there, you haven't coming out of there looking like pale horses, because they just lost their life savings, you know, betting in the high stakes fucking games, high stakes poker. That's what them men are doing down there in central London. Literally, that's what they're doing. They're gambling with like 1% fucking 1% collateral down. You know, making $100 million bets with putting 100 grand down. They never stopped doing it. They never regulated it. Go on, But you saw that thing with Powell though. He came out and said, "Oh, the dollar, you know, we got to make." He in a way, he tried
speeding up the CBDCs.
Yeah, because he was, you know, in a roundabout way, he was saying, yeah, well, the dollar's important, blah blah blah. But he said, oh yeah, but there's mechanisms going on which may affect how the dollar. Yeah, because they know this new system that they're bringing in doesn't need a world reserve currency anymore, because they have a new system whereby they'll be able to transact without holding another government's reserve currency. And that's what this whole thing with Russia was all about. The unprecedented move of confiscating Russia's fucking dollar reserves was a problem reaction solution. Because so now nations are like, wait, hold on, like, how, like, why would I want to hold another country's currency if they could turn around, if they don't like me, and just basically cut me off from that system? So all this value that I've got tied up in this man's currency is useless. All that money that Russia had in dollars is now gone. They don't have it no more. So now it's like, well, we need to have a new system where we don't have to do that. And you can do that with this new technology. But it's a Trojan horse, because what also comes along with that new technology is the programmability, the ability to program the money to do or do not. But that's going to be sidelined. They're not going to talk about that right now. What do they talk about? The privacy issue. When the crisis comes, they won't be talking about privacy. They'll just be talking about the practicalities of getting the system back up and running. And all that stuff, privacy will go out the window. It's only an issue now because there's no crisis, you know? Yeah, man. So yeah, Powell said it best. He said, yeah, we're going to start bringing in this digital dollar. What does that mean? All these fiat currencies are going to devalue because no one's going to be wanting to hold them anymore. Foreign reserves are going to go down.
Read Revelations 13 and 16 again, for sure.
Revelation 13 and 16. And he called us both. I mean, he called us all, both small and great, rich and poor.
And this is a reaction to the crisis, man. You know, because you people want to be in deep shit. Right? Yeah.
Even the rich. Even the rich, they're gonna be in deep shit. That's a lot of things. People want to be rich. Rich ain't gonna be nothing in that day. All these celebrities and that, they're gonna be down bad.
Yeah, all these people got their money in stocks and whatever.
Yeah,
It's still gonna, yeah, you know, it's still gonna go down
Smart
the
investments. I make smart investments. Yeah, right, whatever. Them guys are all gonna have to take the chip. They're all gonna be in the line with everybody else. You're gonna see Beyonce in the line. Yeah, because who is she really? Like, if all hell breaks loose, most of these people that are famous for nothing. They're famous for something that no one's gonna care about in that moment in time. No one's gonna stop. Oh my God, look at Beyonce. What? Who cares, man? I need to eat.
Yeah, yeah.
Like when you get a whole total Rwanda situation, there are no celebrities. It's just people and machetes. You know what I'm saying? And blood in the streets. Yeah. It's gonna get serious, man. So all you people that have been chasing the bag, you're gonna find out that the bag weren't even worth it. Because them dollars, they're gonna sacrifice that idol that you worship. The almighty dollar, man.
Yep.
True.
Poor and free, bond. And he called us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that at the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Right, because the food is gonna be like concentrated. The supply chain is going to be concentrated in particular places. That's how they're going to be able to do it. Like right now, there's a lot of places you can go to get food, but those guys deal with like cash and carry, and there's a whole distribution system that allows for the food to be disseminated to all those little mom and pop stores and all that kind of stuff. Ultimately, what's going to happen when all hell breaks loose and the whole supply chain shuts down? The government are going to step in, and they're not going to be doing it where, okay, we're going to run the whole supply chain through exactly. No, they're going to be, listen, we got a Tesco over here, we got Asda over here in strategic positions. Those are going to be food distribution centers. Now, why does that make sense? They're already preparing at Walmart and Tesco and all these major supermarkets to be that hub where you could probably get chipped there too.
Well, the infrastructure is there.
Yeah,
you
infrastructure.
Yes, they already set the infrastructure for where that. You know, that's what these massive ass superstores are built for, to do.
Yeah, you probably get the chip there too, right there, because a lot of them have medical centers attached and all these different things.
Yep.
You know, they're gonna have the military there. You know.
Yep.
Your store, local store, is gonna be empty, quick. People gonna run up in there, shut down, and then no deliveries ain't coming back there again. So you're gonna be under pressure. Now remember, Nate and them said, if we even thought something like this would happen, we would prepare. Showing you they weren't in the spirit. The only ones that have been in the spirit of warning about everything that we're seeing right now, the apostles and elders. They didn't want to talk about the destruction of America. They didn't want to talk about the famine. They didn't want to talk about the mark of the time of Jacob's trouble. When we were talking about Jade Helm and mastering the human domain, they were calling us conspiracy theorists, man. When the whole time the scripture tells you that Esau is sharpening his sword, man. That they were preparing for the day when they were gonna have to marshal the American people, the British people, you know, the people in general. But we're supposed to ignore that, not say nothing, and wait until it happens to say something. Dumb dogs.
It's not very
prophetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's it.
And then you people are gonna see who the prophets were. Remember that they were making mockery, making parody videos about the apostles, making mockery about the apostles for talking about martial law, race war, and all those things that's coming to America. And you can see it's gonna happen. And it don't take much. It don't take much for people to snap, people to lose their minds. Go watch Hotel Rwanda and Shooting Dogs. That whole situation they were living, these are neighbors, people living together, and there was tensions growing, just like how in America you got tensions now. A little shooting here and there, a little racial incident here and there, but things are still ticking along, right? And all it took was what? The president to be assassinated. And boom, all of a sudden, man's cutting the tall trees. Man's running through the village, macheteing down children, man. Fucking toddlers.
Yep.
Next door neighbor and that, like, on some real, you don't have what it takes to flipping machete down the children, man. Macheteing people, man. Bulleting people up, killing them, chopping off heads. But that, it built up slowly, and then boom, everything just changed. And that could happen in America. All it takes is a couple events. Next thing you know, crackers is running around shooting Negroes in sight, and vice versa.
It's like what we were speaking about earlier, man. The Most High, you know, the spirit of this time we're coming in, man, is going to be completely different to what we're feeling right now. You know, the Lord's going to switch a switch. Flip the switch, man. And, you know, these devils are going to come out of the woodwork, man. You know, start becoming who they really are, you know, when the lights go out, you know, all that type of stuff, you know, because they're confined by social constructs right now. But when that's all gone,
yes,
these people come something else, man.
Just, hey, listen, people are wicked, man. You're gonna find that out. You're gonna find out, man. All the civility. Yeah. People want to rape and kill. You know, they're frustrated, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
Yep.
Go on.
Yeah. You got something in it?
Yeah. Don't you know the police are lost in for the day? They could be like Judge Dredd and just take niggas out. Police are frustrated, man. People think the police are not frustrated. They're frustrated. I'll be fucking frustrated too. Imagine you have to deal with these wild ass niggas in Chicago. And knowing okay, you gotta gather evidence. You know what I'm saying? You literally have to gather evidence, man. You know how many times these man bust case of technicalities? You know how frustrating that must be. Like, you put all this time and effort into, like, okay, we're gonna get another one of these grimy ass niggas off the street, and then man bust case. Then on top of that, you got to see the nigga celebrating outside the court, yeah, with his brethrens. You know what I mean? And bro, trust me, if I was a policeman here dealing with these wicked gangs and shit, I would love the day when they said, you know what, man, if you believe this guy is a threat, headshot. The liberty they're gonna be at when that happens, they're gonna be weapons free. And they're gonna be happy to take Jake out. They've been lusting for it, bro. They've been dreaming about it.
We already see some of them training areas, isn't it, man? I've got Jake up as images of what they've been shooting down,
man.
putting down.
They hate you, fucking Jake, and fucking rightfully so. I'll just be honest with you. If I was in the police, I fucking hate you grimy ass niggas running around the wicked shit that you niggas be doing, man. They fucking hate you, man, and rightfully fucking so. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hate you niggas too. You niggas are foul. All you need to do is go on YouTube and just they have whole documentaries outlining how wicked you niggas are, man. Like you be on part 25 and it ain't finished yet. Just mad gangland slayings and shit, man. Fuck you niggas, man. I don't fucking care about these criminal ass niggas. But guess what? When they open up, they're gonna get all Jake. Because as far as they're concerned, you're all the same anyway. Because you're all fucking enablers too.
He's ain't gonna care. You know, he don't care what you've been about, you know, you're good or not. You know, you better get off the street. Get out of my time.
Yeah. So book of 2 Ezra 15 and 14. Word to the word, and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draws nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and sword in their hands.
Yeah, all over the world that's going to be happening. Mm-hmm. All over the world, tensions are building. People are struggling, money problems, relationship problems. There's pressure building in the world, man, and it's going to give, and there's plenty of weapons in the world for people to make something happen. And once one country descends into chaos, another will follow right after, man. People get inspired, you know? But people are fed up, man. Telling you, you can feel it. People are fed up.
Like I said, frustrated, man. Everything that's going on.
Prices going up at this, prices going up at that. Mm-hmm. All over the world, people are suffering like that, man.
Yep. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another.
Right. Sedition means that you don't respect the authorities, man. You know, you got all these people that are waking up to the New World Order. You know what I'm saying? You know, people don't respect the government. They don't respect these politicians because this whole thing is a joke. Listen, no matter where you go in the world, right? These politicians are fucking openly fraudulent individuals. Openly now. It's nowhere where it's really hidden. Britain was kind of like, they were trying to hold it down for a while, like, you know, okay, stiff upper lip, fair play. They got this guy Boris Johnson in power, right? And this guy has been in power for the last 3 years now, it seems. And this guy his track record is nothing but lying, fraudulent behavior. So what do you think that does to the psychology of a lot of people? A lot of people are losing respect. A lot of people are losing respect, man. Not everyone, but it only takes a certain fraction of people to come up against the system to cause chaos. Because, like I said, there's a lot. The population is large. 10% of the population is a lot. You know what I mean? Even if it's only 10%, that's a lot of people. There's a lot of people looking at in America that don't respect Biden as the president. Nope. They don't respect their senators. They see their senators as scum. A lot of these militias don't respect they see the politicians as traitors to America. Mm-hmm. You know, they're going against the Constitution, all that shit. Right? You got Jake's, fuck the white man, you know them ones there. Yeah. So you're gonna get certain areas where people are gonna come together, they're gonna have guns or whatever they have, and when the authorities come through, it's a straight firefight, like how it is in Mexico. When the authorities come through the cartel zones, they ain't no talking. They know that they come there, it's a straight gunfight. War. It's war off the bat on site. Mm-hmm. And that's how it's going to be. There's going to be sedition among men. And there's going to be certain places where those people are going to have the upper hand. They're going to have the rule over that area. Yep. And you better, if you're a Jake, you better not be in no militia area, because their rule ain't going to be for you. Boy.
For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings, no princes.
They're going to be telling people on the news, calm down, stay in your houses.
Curfews and what?
Curfews.
We're not listening though.
Certain man ain't going to hear that talk. Mm-hmm. Certain men are not going to hear that talk. They're going to be gassed up on some Andrew Tate type shit. Yeah, and they're going to be moving mad out here, mad on the roads. They're going to be moving like how man were moving in Rwanda. Mm-hmm. With whatever weapon they can find, man. And ain't nobody once you start killing people, they not going back, you know. Once you, it's like, what's it like, man? It's like riding a bike. Yeah. Once you start murking, once you murk one child, what's the second one? Yeah, it's a bit hard. Come more yeah. After the third and fourth, it's not even a child no more. It's just a thing. You just start murking. They were piling up bodies in Rwanda. They were piling up bodies on the side of the road, man. They were just butchering people like it's like a butcher. The first time you have to kill the cow, you all scream. After a while, man, just wrote. It's nothing. You kill 1,000 cows in a row. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's going to be. So normal people, it's going to be normal people. It's not going to be like, a lot of people think, it's the gang members. Most of them are probably going to be scared, hiding. Just normal everyday people. You don't know what they're capable of. Man could be just a teacher. Yeah. Next you know, man's Mad Max. Man's got the top bodies, man.
Been unleashed, isn't it?
He's unleashed, yeah, man.
Yeah. Even them people in Rwanda, they say, they say like they were like possessed.
By spirits, man.
As I said, that spirit, they're gonna flip a switch, man, and they're gonna be doing mad stuff out here.
What's it say? There'll be spirits that create for vengeance. They in their fury lay on sore strokes. That's what they were laying on people. Real talk, sore strokes, man. You know, people that you thought were nice, people that you thought were good, you're gonna find this is a different side of them. Especially where if their family members been killed or their family members get chopped up, then that even, messes people up even more. The scripture said, through iniquity, the hearts of men shall wax cold. Imagine a man's had his whole family killed. When he buck up on the next man and his family, he ain't gonna have no mercy.
Well, that's it. Reality starts to kick in, man. Because people live in their bubbles right now, right? Everything's cool right now, right? But when the shit hits the fan, they actually gonna look like fuck, like, you know. And you know that's why you get the guys like Hannibal Lecter, man. They're upstanding citizens in the thing, man. But they're man eating people behind the scenes. But you're gonna get that. You're gonna get people that are prepared to eat people because what's going on.
But they're hungry.
Exactly. So people's mentality is gonna change, man. The spirit's gonna jump on them and do what they need to do, man.
Tribulation, man. Tribulation. That's why, you know, you gotta be prepared, man, spiritually. Because it doesn't look that way. It's never gonna look like that's how bad it's gonna get. And it never does. You know? I guarantee if you went to Rwanda like 2 weeks before, you
just another day.
You wouldn't know what was gonna happen in the next 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Man told you, you'd be like, nah, come on, man. Come on, that's a bit much, innit? It's a bit much. 3 months of pure beheading and fucking like it's peak. Nah, but it did. So it's always gonna be a case of when things go downhill, they go downhill, man. And especially in the West, people don't think that things could collapse to that point, man, because they got that normalcy bias. They're so used to the usual cogs turning along.
And they think they're better too.
Yeah, they think they're too good for blackouts and things like that. Yeah, they're gonna find
we
out,
ain't gonna
man.
go down to that level. No, you're gonna see it all, man. You know.
And it's judgment, and it's good because these people are fucking wicked, man. And you know what proves it? LGBTQ fucking Pride Month, man. These people are fucking wicked, man. People are demonic, man, and they don't give a damn. They don't care about no righteousness. None of them are good. They all deserve what's coming, man. They all deserve what's coming. Anyone that gets got, they deserved it. Because these people are fucking wicked. They don't respect Yahweh Shem Yahushai. They don't respect no righteousness. They're all filled with iniquity, man. Every single last fucking one of them, man. That's what we do know. Just like when the flood came. Yeah. They deserved it, man.
They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the cause of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, the city shall be broken, shall be troubled.
Listen, them cities are gonna be the worst places. Like New York, all them cities, man, London, the cities are the cities are overpopulated and completely dependent on a particular system being up and running, which is how it is. You know, you build an infrastructure and a system to support you, but when that infrastructure and that system shuts down, you got a big problem because you got a large population of people in a small area. Like London's fucking a massive city, man. You don't really realize it, but it is. When you're talking about London's got a larger population than the entire Scotland. You know that? That's fucking crazy. The city of London by itself has a larger population than the whole entire country of Scotland. That's fucking mad. Like London's fucking massive. When you really think of it and how many people live it, it's a fucking mega city, man. There's a lot of people in London. You got South London. I hardly ever go to fucking South London. It takes an hour, like, you know what I mean? It takes an hour and a half to drive to another part of the city, blood. That's a madness, man. Back in Munster, you could drive to the other part of the island in 2 hours. This is crazy, man. Right? But these cities, people ain't gonna want to come in there because it's gonna be fucking so perilous in these cities.
Yeah.
You think it's risky roads now? It's gonna really be risky roads when that time comes. There's really gonna be blood in the streets. There's really gonna be death. Just like when I was listening to, I keep going back to this Rwanda thing. She was saying like she could see you, even from where you're hiding, you could see people getting killed, or you could hear people getting killed, people getting grabbed up. That's how it's gonna be in these cities. Cities ain't gonna be all quiet and no. There's gonna be blood curdled in streams. There's gonna be guns popping off. There's gonna be fires. There's gonna be just tribulation, man. Death around the corner. Wild dogs. These dogs, all these pit bulls and all that kind of stuff. The owners are gonna let the dogs out, let them run wild on the streets, and they're gonna be hunting. They're gonna be eating people too. That's another thing in Rwanda. The dogs were eating the dead people that were, you know.
Yeah.
Oh man. Because of their pride, and he said that, right? Because of their pride.
Yeah.
These cities, man, they glorify these cities, man. And these cities weren't set up in the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All these cities are a talisman to wickedness, man. All these fucking cities are nothing but a monument to wickedness. On top of that, they're filled with actual monuments to wickedness. You look at London, all the Masonic and witchcraft and demonic structures that they've built up all over London. All the statues and gargoyles and all kind of idols they've placed all over this place, man. And all the wickedness that's going on the underbelly, on the surface where you can see it, but all the wickedness that's happening on the underbelly too, that a lot of people don't see. The child prostitution and all the wickedness that's happening, the pedophilia. There's a lot of shit that goes on in basements and all these hidden places in these cities. Same with New York, the Empire State Building, damn obelisks. And they commit all kind of wicked sacrifices. Lord's gonna bring these cities down, man. These cities do not. This is not God. Jerusalem. Yeah.
Talking about God.
Yeah.
I'm a man of faith.
That's good, man. Keep it going. I need it. You will need it.
Is I should grab this from 2 Peter's chapter 2.
No, it could be an angel.
Yeah. 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 4 says, if God spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment, and spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the 8th person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes.
Yeah, how did they even reconcile that, man? These goofy Christians. We're talking about drowning. The Lord drowned, and you see, they didn't. We only have 10 people. It weren't 10 people. We're talking about probably millions upon millions of people, man. Whole established civilizations, man. And the Most High drowned them with their children.
Yeah.
With their children. Oh no, there weren't no children because children didn't exist, right? You know, these people, you know, this is the same power that we're talking about. The Most High drowned people, and it would have been terrible, man. Flooding is terrible. You know what I'm saying? They're all messed up.
Yeah.
The Most High drowned these fuckers, man. And he gonna do it again with fire.
And the turn cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an ensample unto those that should live ungodly.
Right, this transgender and this homo thing has gone too far now.
Yep.
You see it everywhere now. Just bare body, man. Bare filthy people, man. And they're putting it all over the TV and every advertisement. And then all the companies represent it. So it's like every organization there is pushing that vibration. Every organization is pushing the Rainbow Coalition. So this place is completely corrupted. It's like a virus, man. You can't turn a corner without seeing Wagwan out here. And they're trying to pump it into the children more than anyone else, man. So that's how you know the Lord's gonna have to do something, man. Because this place is absolutely corrupt, man. It's absolutely corrupt, man. So what do you think the Lord's gonna do? The Lord's gonna show these people, since they're so proud and they think there's a way the Lord knows how to humble you. You know when a man's over you with a machete, you get humble, man. When you feel that, yeah, then you start thinking about your life, innit? You start thinking about things. You start thinking, you know. You start getting philosophical. When you're hungry, you know what I mean. Right now, these people have got too much. They're too proud. So the Lord knows every single person. The Lord is gonna bring them down to really know themselves, to really see that you're nothing, man.
Yep. You
gotta humble yourself. Even these people that's running around with these Bugattis, the Lord got something for them too. Oh, I got a Bugatti. All right, cool. So and that's the reason why you think you can transgress. All right, cool. We'll see what's gonna go on when the time comes. Yeah.
Yep. This is verse 7 says, and delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, but that righteous man dwelling among them, in seeing and hearing, vexed his righteous soul from day to day, with their unlawful deeds.
Right, you're supposed to be vexed. And that's one of the sufferings of living in this kingdom, because you're vexed. Like, it makes you angry, man. Like, all this, when you see it, all the wickedness, all the mentality of the people, it gets you vexed. You feel, and a state of vexation is not a nice state. It's not a good feeling to be vexed.
Stress.
It's stress. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And stress makes you sick. You're supposed to be vexed with this kingdom. Now, you got to try and keep it under control, but you can't help it, man. You're going to be vexed, man. You're going to be vexed, man. This is madness, man. I'll be seeing too much, man. I'll be seeing too much. I'm like, nah, this is crazy. Like, Love Island and all this crap. This is madness. And the more you think about it, you're like, bro, this program's not about love. Why they call it Love Island? It's just madness. Everything about this place doesn't make no sense. It's illogical bullshit, illogical garbage that needs to be washed away. And it will, through fire and tribulation, man.
Cleansed.
It's gonna be cleansed away, man. Social media and all that, it's gonna be cleansed away.
Yeah. This verse 9 says, the Lord knoweth how to deliver the Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished.
One of them temptations is the MOTB. So the Lord's going to deliver his elect out of that temptation, and he's going to provide a path. He's going to provide a way. Right? Because he could do that, because he's the Most High. He's the one that created this earth. So the Lord could do anything he want to do. He has many options and possibilities. But the wicked, they ain't got no options and possibilities to deliver themselves from the Lord's judgment. So when you take that MOTB, you're sealing your own fate, man. And the judgment is going to come. It's a guarantee.
Yeah.
This is a Google for Ecclesiasticus.
And you know what it is? Sorry, man. It's people ready to get needled up, because everyone's got these fucking tattoos, man. Everyone's got these fucking tattoos. All of a sudden, tattoos just got pushed like some heavy demonic energy. When we were growing up, tattoos weren't really like a thing, especially among so-called black people.
No, exactly. I was saying some of the white dudes had some tattoos, some shitty tattoos.
It was a biker thing.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, when we started coming to about 16, 17, maybe sixth form, people started going and getting their tattoos. And then you see Beckham. They use these fucking celebrities, these fucking basketballers and these footballers, which they're nothing but a bunch of fucking talismans. They're witches and warlocks. They use these people, right? And all of a sudden you see David Beckham with his full body fucking tattooed, Lil Wayne, all these celebrities, and then everyone started following suit, and these tattoo artists are making money hand over fist. You know how rich them fucking tattoo artists are, because they got no shortage of people wanting to get this tattoo and that tattoo, and they're witches, because tattooing, yeah, it's an art, but it's also a form of witchcraft. It's a blood, because in order to make the tattoo, you got to shed blood. Tattooing and it's an inscription, which goes into there's blood magic and inscription magic, like sigils. That's a form of magic. That's why these celebrities, they got these weird, goofy tattoos, you know, goat heads and all this kind of stuff, because it's all witchcraft, man. And these idiots go and, you know, get their name tattooed on them and all this foolishness, man. And then you got people who are so forward, they try and tattoo Bible verses on them. Like, you fucking moron, man. You could just wear a t-shirt with the Bible verse, man. Why you got to tattoo it on you? The Bible says don't do that, man. So that's one of the reasons why these people are ready. And then if you notice, a lot of the videos where they're actually giving people the chip, it's a tattoo artist that's they're qualified to do implants. Because they do implants, actually, because some of them and that's another thing, these piercings are out of control. Piercings aren't necessarily wicked, but goddamn, niggas got piercings all over. It's some Ghosts of Mars weirdo self-mutilation type shit. It's gone too far, man. Nipples pierced, penis pierced, balls pierced. What the fuck you piercing your penis for, blood? What's that? You gotta have demons on you to make a man. Why you gonna wake up in the morning and choose to fucking get another man or a woman, it don't really matter, to be honest, to stick a fucking giant needle for your helmet? Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? That's why these people need death, man. That's why they need destruction, because their mind ain't right, man. How could you fucking pierce your penis, man? Why would you put a fucking needle through your nipple, bro? How the fuck does that work? Why? Yeah, because they got demons on them. But all that's gonna lead towards they're not gonna have that squeamish reaction to getting that implant because they all got implants anyway. They're getting tattoos and all. They're not scared of needles no more.
They're giving blood, you know, all that business, man.
Oh, they're gonna give blood. Yeah, that tattoo shit's all a scam, and they started making more programs about it and all that stuff. How they push that shit? And Tel Aviv has the #1 tattoo in expo in the world, man, in the state of Israel. That's where they have the big
It's got a lot of #1s there, isn't it?
Yeah, wicked. Yeah, man.
Pink City and yeah, man. It just shows you, man, that place ain't the Holy Land right now, man. You know, the Holy Children ain't in the Holy Land. But that shit can't go down there, man.
Another guy came through the other day. He had a mohawk on, and his eye was fucking tattooed. His face was tattooed. He had spikes coming out of all of his cheeks. Yeah, bro. I was like, yo, this guy looked like a fucking alien, man. A demon, you know? It's the ghost of Mars. Anyway, go on, carry on. Well, I was just saying, that's how they're prepping people to receive that mark as well, with the tattooing and the piercings, man.
Yep. All them hypodermic needles, man.
Yeah, man. Tattooing your eyes and shit. Fucking wrong with these people, man.
That just sounds scary. Fucking go blind.
No, I'm blind. Don't know what to do in life. And when you see Jake doing it, you just wondering what's happened. Jake just pick up any style, man, and just run with it, man.
And that shit's a lot of fucking money too, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. Yeah, because
so why are you wasting money?
that's the demon's reward to these tattoo artists, isn't it? They get the pot of gold. They get the bag.
So we go for Ecclesiastes 7:29. Lo, this only have I found, that Mosiah has made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions.
Yeah, all this madness, man. Transgender surgeries and you know what we found out? We found out that fucking these fake vaginas smell like shit. Mad things. Absolute madness, man. You know how fucked up that is, but them man are like inverting penises and giving man vaginas that smell like shit. That's fucked up, man. That's absolutely fucked up. This place got to go. This place already got to go. It's already got to go. It's overdue. Should have went out last week. But don't worry, trust me. This great reset is in the full swing. We might not have a year left in this kingdom, and people might, oh no, because when this thing happens, it's gonna happen fast. It's gonna happen like how the 9/11, you know, them buildings were standing up for a while, but once they started falling, it didn't take long for it to fall into its own footprint. And that's how this kingdom is gonna be. It looks like them prophecies are loading for a while, then bam, 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 bam. And prophecies are gonna just come popping off overnight. Shit's gonna happen, man. And people are gonna be shocked, and they ain't gonna get no time to go on YouTube to find out what we got to say about it. Because we ain't, you know.
Well, that's how it opened up, man. It's like, you know, hey, things are happening rapidly right now, and you start missing the beat with things. You know, he's literally jumping off one instance to the next instance to push the next thing over, man. You know, so the CDVCs keep coming out. It's quicker now, you know. And he waiting to crash the system. You know, it ain't gonna take long from here, man. You know, everything's setting itself up right for it to happen. And he's still gonna make sure he take the opportunity of what's going on right now.
What they call it, Operation Warp Speed. Karl Schwab said the fourth industrial revolution shall come like a tsunami at breakneck speed. Yeah, because they know they're gonna start making things happen.
Revelation 12 we read earlier. You know, it's that time, man. You have short time. It's got to come now. It's coming now, you know.
Which is good for us, man, because we want to get the hell out of here, man. Yeah. This is some fucking grade A bullshit. Go on, man.
This is the book of 2 Ezra 16:37. Behold, they prayed draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with a child in the 9th month bringeth forth our son, with 2 or 3 hours of our birth, great pains compass our womb, which pains, when the child comes forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plague be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side.
That's right, man. And this famine thing, yeah, it's happening, and the average person has no idea. They're not paying attention because they're so fucking consumed by entertainment. Who's fucking who, or you know what I mean? Like, I mean, we see certain things, but we're not. That's not our focus, man. These dudes are so focused on love. Right now, it's all about Love Island. Dude, you know, grown ass people just obsessed with these stupid hoes and these dumb motherfuckers on Love Island, like pretending that they're on the show looking for love. Like, I'm not meant to be there all into that. Meanwhile, they're preparing famine, man. There's real shit going on. And grown ass adults don't know nothing about it. You talk to the average person, they do not know nothing about it, man. You're gonna see more layoffs, more unemployment, unions going to war, more strikes. Hey, strikes, listen, man, I ain't never seen no strikes like this. Next week is gonna be madness. And I heard there's other fucking unions planning strikes and all this, man.
Yeah.
Wait till they find out that the fucking pensions are gone. This is fucking crazy, man. And the more people get laid off, because even the Federal Reserve said, yeah, you know, because the inflation, you caused the inflation. Yeah. You fucking did that, man. You printed all them dollars, but because of the inflation, we need to now create a recession to reduce the inflation, which is not even guaranteed to reduce it.
So we've got to raise the interest rates up.
So then more people are going to be foreclosing on their mortgages. More people are going to be losing the jobs. The more people lose their jobs, the less they can spend money in the economy. The more people lose their jobs again.
It's catch-22. No way out.
And the petrol price is still going up because the supply chain itself is fucked. So the prices of everything still going up. Yeah. Because there's too many things going on at the same time. It's still going to be inflation.
So I said, there's no way out. It all ends in failure. You know, which is good for us. You know, even if you had a change of heart, it doesn't matter.
Nah, the man's heart.
It's done. It's finished.
His cogitation will not be changed. These men, they have a plan and they're firm. The Lord has hardened the Lord hardened Esau's heart just as he hardened Pharaoh's heart in the face of even the plagues. Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and Esau's heart's even more harder than Pharaoh, because these men have had a plan that they've established for multiple generations, and they're still going in. And then you see the queen had that ceremony. Hey man, she trying to push this thing through. She ain't trying to die. Pressing the button. Old ass bitch, man.
This is 2 Ezra 15 and 6 and 18. Because of their pride, the sick shall be troubled, the house shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
Yeah, men are gonna be afraid, man. Men are gonna be afraid. All these bad boys who think they're bad, man. They're gonna be afraid. Because this is gonna take every man out of his comfort zone. Ain't nobody ever been through what we're about to go through before. I don't care how bad you think you are. Because you ain't gonna have no time for comfort in this time that's to come.
Yeah, that's it.
There ain't gonna be no time to just chill. You know, even these niggas on the street, when their beef goes up and down. They have beef, but it on the block. And then they have time when it ain't so hot so they can chill with the hoes. Ain't gonna be no chilling. It's gonna be terror, constant terror. Oh, I could just go around to Granny's. Granny's dead. Yeah?
Well, I see, your mind's never gonna come off the reality. You know? You ain't be thinking about what I'm gonna do tomorrow night.
Oh, that's what that woman said in the interview. She's like, the only thing you can think about is dying. Because death is
right around you.
The only thing you can think about is dying, man.
Yep, but it's real.
It's shit real.
Yep.
That's what people gonna be thinking about, dying. They're thinking about Love Island and
the perils, man. You know, worried for your life, worried about where you're gonna find food next. You know, proper real shit.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you're gonna be thinking about all your time, man. Who's gonna roll up on you?
Yeah, try and take your food. You know?
That's it.
And that's when all that feminism shit's gonna go out the fucking window.
How much ammunition you got?
These fucking women can't even carry their own luggage.
It's bad,
fucking 60% of women cannot carry their own luggage when they travel. I've seen that for a fact. They be struggling. Most of them fucking suitcase companies, you know how they make their money? Because they sell these suitcases half of those suitcases go to women, and women can't even lift their suitcases up the stairs. So as they're going up the stairs, it's boom, boom, and it breaks the wheels, so you got to go and buy a new one. They're making money just off the fact that women can't lift their own shit, man. They cannot physically lift their own shit, man. And they're out here running around, you know, with this feminism acting crazy. It's fucking annoying, man. Go on, man. They said even men are gonna be afraid. And that's what it says in the time of Jacob trouble. Because it's gonna be real, man. In that Rwanda thing, the guy fucking had to split up from his family, man. The guy said, she said her dad told them straight, listen, this man didn't play no games. Listen, you lot need to go and hide. They said, this is what he said to her. He said, get some clothes, put 2 layers of clothes on, and you're gonna go hide, and don't hide together, because if they find us all together, we'll all get killed together. So the dad went one way, the mom was already visiting. She said her mother and her 2-year-old brother was visiting another family member. She got put to death. Her little brother got burned up with about 50 other children in a pit with fucking kerosene. And then she had 2 other brothers and her father. She said her father survived. They ended up surviving, but he was hiding separate. Imagine that. You got a 12-year-old daughter and that, because she was 12 at the time, and you got to tell her, listen, you just got to go hide in the bush. I can't even be hiding with you, because if they find protect you anyway. If you find me, they're gonna find you. So the best option is we spread out, so that they only find one of us.
Because I can't protect you anyway.
You can't do nothing. Yeah, and then she said her other brother was with her. He got hit with a grenade and bust out the side of his head, and he died in her arms. Bro, the thing was mad. So she's lost like half of her family in terrors, man. That's how it's gonna be. The majority of the family, that's why you have to prepare yourself. The majority of your family you know gonna be dead very quickly. Your cousin, uncle,
yep,
sister, brother, could be child, wife. That's how it shit get. That's the shit real, right?
And you know, man, most people you know are not ready for something like this to happen. You might have some guys, you might have an inkling, you might be able to do a little bit in a situation like that. But the majority of people ain't you know, of a mindset to deal with a world like that. You know, they're food. You know?
It's madness. Go on. Remember all them zombie films was right, man. 28 days later and all that. Remember that? He went back to the mom and dad's house, they were dead in the bed. Yeah. Go on.
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
So people actually gonna be running up into people's houses looking for them tins of sardine, looking for baked beans.
Yeah.
You know, kicking down doors like how a man be kicking in doors for crack, trying to look for the keys. Instead of where the keys at, it was where the baked beans at. I know you got some up in there. Don't lie to me. Yeah, that's all that's gonna be going down, man. And you got these idiots that were fucking preppers and putting it all over YouTube. They're fucked. Man know where you are and what you're doing. You're gonna be a target. Stupid. Someone, oh yeah, no, my cousin, he's a prepper. The whole gang turning up. Go on, that. Are you on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we can get have you already got Jeremiah 30?
No.
What about 2 Corinthians 6?
Do you get it? No, didn't get that.
Yeah, let's get that as well, man. Esau's true. You got this guy. I want to know what vocab and them man are gonna do in that day. See, all these Christians, they're not gonna have no answers because they were not being prepared for this. They were too, you know, their mindset wasn't on their world coming to an end. Vocab Malone, he don't believe in the eschatology. He's not focused on prophecy, and that alone cuts vocab and all these Christians, because the Bible tells you the spirit of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy.
That's very good.
You're supposed to be occupied in prophecy, but this guy Vocab Malone isn't occupied in prophecy. He's occupied in riding the Hebrew Israelites' dicks. He's a fucking professional dick rider, man. That's all he's concerned about. He's concerned with the Israelites. He ain't concerned with the prophecies which are unfolding because he said, "Oh, no, you don't want to deal with eschatology." What is that guy gonna do when all hell breaks loose in America, man? Well, we gonna rap? A bunch of Jake Buck up on him. Rap for me now, bust a bar. Hey, what's he gonna do? Lord, and knowing that all the disrespect you gave to the men of the Lord's got special judgments coming your way, man. Special judgments. All you people that scoffed and scorned and directly violated the prophets, the Lord ain't gonna give you the easy way. You're gonna have to go through some shit first. Because there's an easy way out of this thing. Yeah, some people gonna get the easy way. Straight bullet to the head. That's what them were saying in Rwanda too. When they buck up on people, they would say, oh, okay, if you give me money, you get the bullet. But if you don't give me no money, you get the machete. That's what they were doing, man. Imagine that, man. It's like, what the fuck? I was like, yeah, if you give me
the man's negotiating in terms of his death.
No, yeah. Because you can't obviously you'd be better off eating the bullet to the head than fucking getting chopped to death with a fucking machete, man. Oh man. Terrible. Terrible, man. Just shitting yourself, man. That's all you be doing. Emptying your bowels in them moments. Go on, man.
Where's your first?
30 and 6 here.
It's Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 6. It says, ask ye now and see.
In fact, read up above that. Because it must be said, isn't it? You know what it says about I shall bring again the captivity. Because this is all about, at the end of the day, the Lord is going to deliver his people out of captivity, because we're in captivity right now. The Israelites, man, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man. And this is all part of the process of our deliverance, to bring this kingdom down and to deliver his elect of his people into a new kingdom. This isn't the end of the world where it's like, oh, everybody's going to die, you know, and then some people are going to go to hell. And no, that's all bullshit. It's not the end of the world. It's just going to be a reduction in population, all right, a destruction of the current wicked system and civilization. And then the new system is going to be built from the ground up. It's going to be built straight up from the dirt, man. We're going to build a whole new kingdom of raw materials, man. We ain't going to just take over and go into the White House and put a foot up on the White House and all that. No. The Lord's going to destroy everything, and then we're going to build, it's going to be a new heavens and a new earth. Everything's going to be from fresh. We ain't going to be living in your houses, and we're going to build new houses. We're going to have new systems, right? And do it right from the beginning, because you can't use a moldy brickwork to build your house, man. You gotta get new bricks, start all over again from scratch. You heathens, you're the one that's gonna be the labor for that.
Yep. This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 3. It says, for lo, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judah, saith the Lord, and I will cause them to return to the land I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. And these are the words that the Lord spake concerning Judah and concerning Israel and concerning Judah.
Right, Judah, you so-called Negroes in America, man. You're the tribe of Judah. You're the head tribe, man. With that comes great responsibility, man. And the way Judah be moving, man, it's sad. He's down bad, man. The Judite man and the Judite woman clowning, absolute clowning, absolute embarrassment. However, there's an elect. The Lord is bringing an elect out of that dead and dilapidated state, man. And that's what you see the brothers on the videos all over doing the videos. Those are real Judites, man. Those are brothers that's holding it down how it should be done, man. Not these goofy niggas on World Star Hip Hop, man. Guys that Polite, man. Polite still scamming people as well. How that nigga even still alive? That means Satan is working with this nigga, man.
Wait. When he caught up with that?
Yeah. I don't know what happened, man. The nigga's bust case or whatever. Because obviously he's a high level Mason.
Yeah, they know him.
Yeah, he's a high level Mason.
Man, no one should want to deal with Polite, man. Shit.
Yeah, but you see, niggas love Polite will always catch niggas because Polite knows that he puts himself forth as a conduit to what niggas love and worship. which is money. What was he talking about in the video? Oh, you give me $2,000, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and then you get 100 grand, and the niggas, that's all niggas want to hear. Oh shit, I'm gonna get some money. Niggas jump right in, and he knows how to get a nigga to bite. And then when he's in the video, he ain't gonna be in the video looking bummy. He in the video wearing, you know, designer from head to toe, designer bag place. It's all fucking marketing. But you know who that gets? Greedy niggas that's greedy, that love money. Because that, oh, when they see all the glitz and the glamour and the location, and then they see man saying, oh, you just got to give me 2 grand. They aren't thinking in mind it's a scam. They just love the money so much. They just, yeah. And so all you niggas that get scammed by Polite, you wicked. That's why you're getting scammed. Yeah, you serve Satan. That's why Polite is able to do what he does for you, because it's greed. You know? Yeah, anyone can see that nigga's a fraud, man. Anyway, go on now.
Back in Jeremiah 30 verse 5, it says, for thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
Right. That's what we need to hold on to, the fact that we're going to be saved out of it. But how are we going to be saved? We're going to save overcoming by the blood of Yahweh Shai. So we're saved through the Messiah, saved through the Lord, man. And that's what it's really meant to be all about. The teaching in this gospel is getting that understanding that you can be saved in these last days, man. Not so you could go join some goofy church and give some goofy guy your money every week, man, for nothing. And he ain't giving you what's necessary. Because all them guys in the churches, they're not going to have the necessary ingredients to be delivered in these last times. And they're going to be destroyed.
Yep. Verse 8 says, for it shall come to pass that in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him.
That's right, because that's all that's been happening. These Edomites and these other nations have been basically benefiting and proliferating themselves off Jake, man. Off Jake's labor, man. You dumb Jakes, man. You think you're free. When these other nations are laughing, especially Esau. Esau's laughing, man. Esau got you in a trick bag. And we get vexed. The more you look into it, you're like, damn, Esau really got us down bad, man. Our brothers and sisters all up in South America living on $1 a day in lands that belong to them, man. That are filled with gold and silver and resources. And they're living in favelas, man. Living in fucking favelas. With shit running down the fucking sidewalk and shit. What kind of madness is this, man? Meanwhile, Esau's living up in the palatials, the palatial palace, palatial apartment buildings and that. Living good, the children getting sent to the nice schools. You know what the scriptures say. Spreading forth like a green bay leaf and all that, bay tree. And our people just down bad. Still giving the Catholic Church their money, man. Jacob take the little that they got and give it to the Catholic Church. What kind of madness is this, man? We built this kingdom up. We're building the infrastructure for our own slavery. That's how bad it is. It's terrible, man. But the Lord is all right. The Lord's still gonna break it all down.
Yep.
Go ahead.
This is verse 9. It says, they shall serve the Lord their God, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them.
Right. The Lord's gonna bring back King David, which is Peter, the head apostle. He's gonna be sitting on that throne. Right, and we're gonna serve Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Serve him through what? Through keeping the laws, man, and worshiping him instead of serving who? Esau, Edom, because our whole life and sin, our whole lives are in this kingdom is geared towards Esau, man, and what Esau's got going on.
Serving his system.
Yeah, fuck all that, man. We're you know you got to be working for these companies, and it's all what Esau's got going on. We're gonna be doing what the Lord wants us to do, man, in the kingdom.
Yep. This is verse 10. Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, and saith the Lord, neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar.
Right, we don't have to be dismayed. Because obviously the situation that we're in is so fucking dire. It's like, well, what the hell do we do? Well, we don't need to really worry about that because the Heavenly Father's the one that's going to deliver us, man.
Yep.
Because, yeah, our predicament is surely grievous, man. There's not, without the Lord, there really is no way out. Esau really did a number on our people, man. He's got the upper hand. He's strong, right? But the Heavenly Father's going to take him out regardless, man. And we're seeing it. We're going to see this man do the most and just end up getting broken up, getting destroyed and brought down. And we're actually going to see him transition from being on top of the world to being in pits beneath our feet. It's gonna be a real experience. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna smell we're gonna feel of everything. We're gonna be in that moment. Yeah, we're gonna actually be in that moment and see these devils, these Edomites that put us under so much hell, how they transition from in a very short period of time, because it ain't gonna happen over no thousands of years. In a very short period of time, this man went from being king of the world to just being in the pit at our mercy, man. And we ain't even we're gonna feel so good, we won't even know what to do first.
Well, that's what I mean. He's almost going like, because he's about to consolidate. He's about to consolidate his power. So he's about to come to his most powerful point, and then he's gonna get there, just plummet down. I bet how Satan fall as lightning. You know.
Yeah.
That's the start difference. You know, that he's gonna go from up there to down there. You know.
And we're gonna go to the top and have authority, man. A whole different lifestyle, a whole different mentality, a way of being, man. We could breathe again, not subject to payments and madness. You know, you have to put up with madness, right? In the kingdom, you got to put up. You ain't gonna put up with no madness in the kingdom of heaven, man. Right now, you got to be frustrated. You got to sit there shaking your head like, you know, all this wickedness, and there's nothing you could do about it. Really, there's nothing you could do but complain and bitch and moan.
Yep.
In the kingdom, you know what I mean? We ain't gonna be doing no complaining, because even if something happens that we would normally complain about, why you don't complain? You get shit done.
You sort it out.
You sort it out. You gonna have that power, man, to get things done. Ain't gonna be complaining, man. We're gonna be barking orders.
Playing something people with no power do.
Yeah.
You know, because you can't do shit about it. You know. Verse 10 says, verse 10 again says, therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith the Lord, neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity, and Jacob shall return, and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid.
That's what it's all about, man. We want to get to that rest, and we're going to be quiet, and none shall make us afraid, because our enemies will no longer be a terror unto us, man.
Yep.
But before we get to that point, the Lord's going to use that enemy to be a terror unto 2/3 of our people, man. And that enemy is going to have the upper hand. Esau's going to have the upper hand over you Jakes, man. To kill a lot of you Jakes. To slaughter a whole bunch of you Jakes, man. And you deserve it. Because you're the same ones that coming up to the camp, trying to assault brothers. You know, just doing all kind of wickedness, man. You don't want to be delivered, man. You love this kingdom, man. So you need to go down with it. Go down with your master.
Yep. Stephen.
Yeah, like Stephen, man.
Did you want more?
No, that's it.
That was at the point, yeah. Yeah, they wanted it.
This is the book of Isaiah 51 and 11. Therefore, the redeemed of the Lord shall return, and come with singing unto Zion, and everlasting joy shall be upon their head. They shall obtain gladness and joy, and sorrow and mourning shall flee away.
So what you're trying to tell me is we're not gonna mourn for London? Hey, what? You're not gonna be sad, brother, because London got destroyed and all these people got blasted out of there? Are we not gonna be mourning for them? Oh, yeah, America! Oh my God! Oh, it was my house, you know. Listen, man, we tell you we're gonna be joyful, man. We're gonna be laughing.
That is the end of the thing.
Man ain't gonna have no mourning period where it's like, you know, there's gonna be mourning for a while. Oh my God, look what happened. Oh, it was horrible. We're gonna be rejoicing. It's gonna be a great event. Straight away, we're just gonna be happy, man. As we just read, it's gonna be joy. This is fucking mourning, man. Being in this kingdom. But a lot of you niggas, man, You don't want this place to go down. You'd actually mourn for this place, man. Oh, Mr. NBA, man. Fuck the NBA, man. Fuck the Golden State Warriors, man. That's for this time, man. We ain't looking back. To hell with this place, man.
Yeah, all your carnal desires are gonna disappear, man. You know, because you're not spiritual. You're gonna want this place to stay afloat. You know, because you love the things in the world.
You believed in it, man. You believed in it. And a lot of you, Jake, you don't see a world without Esau, man. You don't see, you have to have Esau ruling over you to feel comfortable. You ain't got a ruling class mentality. I'm gonna tell you this for free, man. We ain't gonna give a fuck. Listen, we ain't gonna give a fuck. When Esau's gone, when Esau goes down, we're just gonna be happy, man. We ain't gonna, Esau, how do you do this? They got to ask him shit, man.
We're gonna be in that moment.
We're gonna be in our moment, man. To hell with this dude, man. Don't need this guy, man.
Yeah, but it was the same with the Israelites when they came out of Egypt, man. They kept talking about Egypt, man. You know, why are we? Yeah, why don't we go back? You know, why are we here?
You wanna go back for, man? We're gonna have everything we need, man. Righteous rulership, power. We're gonna do it big, man. Read that again, man. The joy is coming, man. It's a joyous thing, man. So don't mourn for this world. Don't mourn for this world. Don't look for this world to continue a second more than it needs to. Because it's not necessary, man. This world is holding us back, man. From the joy which is to come, from the rest.
Yep.
Yeah? No more stress. Right now, brothers are stressed, man.
And that's it, man. But wait, we're meant to be looking for our kingdom, our rulership. You know, the kingdom of heaven, that's what we're meant to be looking forward to, you know. And you can't do that while you're upholding this place, man. Right? They're two opposite things.
They uphold this place in their heart, man. They really love this place. Like a lot of niggas love London. They love it, man. They love it, man. They couldn't do without it, man. If you gave them a house somewhere, like, you know, a nice house somewhere in the hills, somewhere in Wales, but they wouldn't even want to live there, bro. They just want to be in the ghetto, man. I've known people like that, man. Listen, I've known people like that. I've known people. I remember one bitch, someone I knew took her out the ghetto, moved her out into the hills, but she left the nigga and went and got a fucking council flat in the fucking grimiest, dirty ass, nastier, because they love the grime, man. Niggas love the grime. Yeah? They love it, man. They love the fuckery.
It's madness.
It excites them.
It's actually madness.
Fuck this place, man. Go on,
Isaiah 51 and 11 again. Therefore, the redeemed of the Lord shall return, and come with singing and unto Zion.
Yeah, we're gonna be singing, man. That's how we're gonna be actually singing songs, giving glory unto the Heavenly Father,
right.
Singing songs about the fall of the enemy. Great songs, lifting up in voice, in chorus, together. Momentous occasion.
God. And everlasting joy shall be upon their head. They shall obtain gladness and joy, and sorrow and mourning shall flee away.
So even with everything that's gonna happen, we're not gonna be sorrowful. We're not gonna be mourning, man. Even for the 2/3 that got blasted out of there, we're not gonna be mourning for them. They're gonna be all right. They're gonna come back in the kingdom anyway. So we're gonna be happy that the kingdom of heaven has been established, man. And Esau is beneath our feet, man, where he belongs. The other nations are beneath our feet, and we're gonna get put hands on them, and we're gonna get to exercise judgment and righteousness and vengeance. And yes, we do want to exercise vengeance. That's part of what's gonna make us happy, man. We're gonna pass vocab around, man, from plantation to plantation. Brothers can have a turn. Yeah?
Execute justice, man.
Execute. Torturing that dude, man. And we're gonna be happy about it. Damn right, man.
Yeah, revenge is a satisfying thing, man.
Yeah, well, justice is it fills a hole, doesn't it? But injustice is vindication.
Yeah.
When you got injustice, it's like a hole, it's an imbalance, man. Yeah. There's something that's not been filled.
It hurts.
We gotta balance the equation. We gotta balance the energy, man.
That's that force.
Balance the force, man. You were the one to bring back balance to the force, not destroy it. We're gonna have to bring back balance, man. So we can rest at night, you know?
Mm.
Good.
Yep.
Good, huh?
I'm gonna jump down.
So
Is
we
that,
got Joe Biden is the American president. And people believe in this place.
Sleepy Joe.
Esau's just doing it on purpose. That
Fucking
guy
around,
probably not even senile. Just acting. Just to
Fuck with you.
yeah, just to fuck, just to say, listen, man, you got a fucking senile guy there. Like, this place is crazy, man. Kamala Harris, what's she done? All you so-called black women that were celebrating Kamala Harris, what's she doing with you? She giving you baby food for your kids? Is she sorting it out for you? She ain't doing a damn thing. She's sniffing coke and sucking dick, man. That's what she's doing. She's sniffing coke and sucking dick at the same time. In the rituals, man. That's what she's doing, man. Fucking Kamala, they're celebrating. What's she done for you? Go on. Shit.
you need the second race, isn't it?
Even this other bitch, man. You ever notice that bitch skipped out, ran to America? All these black women in Britain were all celebrating. They went out celebrating that there was a black woman, but she's barely black, you know. It was a black woman. And then she pulled the race card, ran to America, and then she ain't even been back since to say, oh, let me visit the black women of the UK and thank them for their support and help them out. You fucking morons, man. You believing in these clowns, man. She ain't back. She just skipped out to America, got a book deal, and never looked back. Left you bitches here. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, a black woman could be in the royal family. No. She bitch look white.
This is the book of Isaiah 51 again, and we jump down 21. Say, therefore, hear now this thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. That say thy Lord, the Lord. That say thy Lord, the Lord, and thy power that previous that previous the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again, but I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee.
That's right. You see that when the Lord Yahweh when he beams us up into them chariots, we're gonna be safe. We're gonna be completely safe, man, and secure. But from that moment on, you other nations are not gonna be safe and secure. You're gonna know terror, especially you Edomites. You never know when that whip is coming, man. Back in the day when like my mom would be like, oh, she'll be watching you, she told me to do something and I was fucking around. So now she got the belt in her hand. And you never know when you've done something displeasing. You just there, yeah, the belt will just come from nowhere. So you're just on the constant terror, shaking, trying to do it, making sure that you put everything in the right place, because you never know when that's the terror. That's the terror that we've been under this devil. That's what Esau's gonna be under every day in the kingdom. He don't know when we're just gonna execute him or we're just gonna whip him up or beat him. Constant peril, man. That's the cup of trembling. That's what they're gonna be under.
That's part of the curses that was upon us, upon our enemies, the doubt of their life. You know, living in doubt. They don't know. You know, just in fear.
You might not be here next year and that.
Yeah.
Might not be here next week. You know? Yeah, that's it, man. Terrible times for you heathens, man. We can't wait, man. We just got to get through all this and then come out on the other side, which is inevitable. And then it's going to be smooth sailing from there on, man. We're just chilling. Drinking wine.
Which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body at the ground and at the street to them that went over.
Right, Jake. You know, a lot, 2/3 of our people, bow down to Esau, man. Let Esau walk all over him. That's why they're gonna take that chip. You know, anything Esau promote and everything, they just slap it up and they suck it up. Oh man. Stand firm, man. Stand firm and stand stiffly for the name of Yahweh Shem Shai. And the Lord is going to defend us in that day. Because Esau ain't shit. And that's what everyone's going to find out. That as big as bad as this guy was, he really ain't nobody, man.
Yeah, he's just the man that made the earth to tremble.
Exactly that, man. You know?
He was brought down low, real low.
He ain't no God. He think he a God. You know, because he got some technology, but he really ain't no God, man. You know? We're going to be gods. And the power that we're going to be on is going to surpass anything that Esau ever accomplished, man. Come on, you seen these dudes, man? Did you see the Queen?
But you know, it's something we were saying earlier, man. Like Esau, he's worked really hard to get where he's at, right? To get the technology and the power that he rules right now. But just everything else, when we receive, it's going to be like that.
The twinkling of an eye.
Yeah, given to us a gift, you know, and it's going to be far greater than any Esau could even imagine.
Yeah,
you know,
we were like genetic and mutation. Yeah, man, we're gonna be Superman straight off the bat, man. And the Lord made us walk through a hard path to get there, but it was always there. And that's what these guys don't understand, man. This was always the path that we were meant to take, the path to being the sons of God. It had to go this way. It's a hard path, but it's worth it. It's a short path too. When in the grand scheme of eternity, it's a little season, man. It's a short path. A light affliction compared, you know. That's right. Was it? The second edge was 6. Yeah, cause this is where it's coming down to, man. The end of Esau, man.
It's 2nd Ezra chapter 6. I'll start from 6, right? It says, then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also shall they be ended, and by none other. That's the Messiah speaking right there, right? And then answered I and said, what shall be the part in the son of times? Or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth?
Right. This is the first we're in right now. This wicked world, a world of wickedness, man. You look at the track record, the resume of this world, this age, from the time of Adam until now, it's just been wickedness, man. Wickedness and evil has reigned in the earth, man. Darkness. For the world to come is a world where, as wickedness reigned in this world, righteousness is going to reign in the next world. That's going to be a perfect and logical world, man. People ain't going to be smoking cigarettes and doing self-destructive behavior like it's normal.
Yeah.
You know? Going on a TV program to find love. What the fuck is going on here, man?
Going to find the love of money.
You love and money, yeah. Some publicity. Verse 8.
I think social media could change your life like that. That's it. Yeah, and it's Michael Owen's daughter as well.
Nah, you know,
yeah, Michael Owen's daughter's on there sucking off man's toes and shit.
No, that's madness.
Anyway,
Some big toes.
yo, you saw that? You saw that shit? Yeah, Jake, man. She was sucking off some. Yeah, you know that had to hurt, man. On the first night, she was sucking off some black man's, some big Bronx Jake's toes, man. Oh man, Michael's down bad, man. But at least he ain't Paul Scholes, because Paul Scholes anyway,
this is getting wacky. It's verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him. Jacob's hand first held the heel of Esau. For Esau is the beginning of the For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
That's why we teach about Jacob and Esau and go into the history, because it's important. But Esau's convinced us that, oh, you know, that stuff's not important. That's in the past. That's history. It's not relevant. It's irrelevant. It's relevant. It's absolutely relevant. That's what's going to give you the knowledge and wisdom necessary to be stable in these times. You got to know about Jacob and Esau and Abraham and all that history. But our people don't know that history. Even our people who are in the churches don't know the history. I'm going to tell you that. Listen, I'm going to tell you that for a fact that 99% of these people in the churches, they've been in the church for like 60 years and they don't know the history as well as we do. Like a brother that's been in the truth for like 2-3 years knows the history and that's in this Bible a million times more better than these phonies that's been hanging around in the church reading them stupid ass Sunday school books, man. They don't really know the history. They don't really, and they can't put it together. So it's even worse. They can't connect anything. The average Jake, you ask them about Abraham. Oh yeah, Abraham. Yeah, they don't know nothing about Abraham, man. They don't know how important that man and his covenant that was made with him is to them even. All they know is about game and trying to beat Eminem, and that's it all. Or some Martin Luther King, and they don't even know that history properly. It's just some bullshit, man. Jake playing, man.
That's it, no? You want any more?
Yeah, I want you to jump down to the part of yeah,
18. Yeah. I jump down to verse 18. It says here, and it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh, and to visit them that dwell upon the earth, and will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I shew these tokens. The books shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall all see together. And the children of a year old shall speak with their voices. The women with child shall bring forth untimely children.
That's happened in the last 100 years. You know, premature births surviving. That's all prophecy. That's how you know we're in these last times. And that's been happening. That's not even something that's new in the last 5 years. That's been happening. People got, you know, my brother-in-law was born premature, and a nigga older than me. So this been happening for a while.
So the children are 3 or 4 months old, and they shall live and be raised up. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown.
And that's what we're seeing. We've been talking about it, and it's happening. The sown places of hair and sown. You got the fertilizer issues, supply chain issues. Now they're destroying processing plants, and all sorts is going on, man. The weather's all jacked up. Drought. You know, everything. Basically, everything that can go wrong is going wrong.
Cows are dying.
The cow them are dying. All that good quality beef, like steak. All that good quality steak gone.
Yep. Real problems, man. So, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
The full storehouses there. Suddenly, all of a sudden, oh shit, like there's no product. And you see that happening with tampons and, you know, essential products that nobody cares about. All of a sudden, you're gonna care about it, man. Baby milk and all this stuff. Right now in the UK, we don't really have no shortages or nothing right now, but that's coming to the UK too. Oh, it's coming.
Verse 23, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. And at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Whosoever remaineth from all these things that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world.
That's it. And that's we, Lord willing, we of that number, man. That the Lord is going to protect us and guide us through these tribulations that are evidently coming down, that we could see the new world coming in, man. A new world, that we could be a part of a new beginning, man. That's why you got to let go of this world. Let it go. It's done. It's put a fork in it. Desire a new heavens and a new earth, man. Seek unto a heavenly country, a heavenly kingdom. This place right here, it's a wrap for it, man. And you know, like I said, we don't really give this place too much longer, man. We can't see it going on for too much longer, man. We already been further than what's left, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? we, you know, it ain't much time left in this place. All right. Yeah. Any closing scriptures you brothers have? Go on.
It's the book of Isaiah 19 and 14. The Lord has mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt which the head or tear, branch or rush may do.
Right, because you seen that, man. More and more layoffs, man. More and more people getting fired. Businesses, more and more businesses are gonna start collapsing, shutting down. Yeah, and firing people, and or if they've got the money, they're gonna switch over to automation. They're like, right, we don't want no lockdown happening. Right, if we've got automation, we don't have to. Like someone was showing a video of Amazon. They're bringing in the robots, man. You know, to do the work. So yeah, man, that's definitely the time that we're in, man. All these beautiful prophecies coming to pass, man.
That's right. One more, yeah.
In that day shall Egypt be like unto woman, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it.
That's right, man. And that's gonna culminate in a thermonuclear destruction of America, which is gonna be terrible, beyond terrible, unspeakable terror. The most terrible thing that's ever happened in the history of the planet Earth, man. Because it's gonna shake the whole globe, man. Everyone's gonna hear it, man. That's madness. They're gonna hear it. They're gonna feel it. It's gonna be a mad one, sad one for America. You know what I mean? So, anything else? All right, so we're gonna close up. Zekah halal Yahweh
Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Chachodash.
and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and orders to you brothers out there in the highways and the byways. Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.